If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. And let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the live. Or just type replay game to let me know you were here.
Y'all, man, 2 cents be on point. She be on point, bro.
Appreciate it.
Nah, for real.
Appreciate
We
it.
talking facts. Like, you the first one to say it.
Hi, welcome to the channel. And this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing Clarissa Shield hate continues, Zepeda ducked, and Errol Spence back soon. How is everybody doing today? Be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, but the next stop will be 2,000. So if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Be sure to leave super chats, send cash apps to help support the channel. Make sure you engage with the channel by leaving your 2 cents in the comments or hitting the link to come onto the panel to give your 2 cents. How is everybody doing this fine Sunday? It seems like, I don't know, there's so much to talk about. After Friday's live, I was like, man, I can't wait till Sunday so we can get back on there, keep chit chatting. But I only have 2 hours today, and I know I am late because I got stuck debating over on AM Sports Media. Shout out to AM Sports Media. Make sure y'all go subscribe to that channel, Greg and Jason. Pretty awesome channel. Nice guys, great conversation, common sense boxing talk. And that is the new movement I feel like that has been started on these YouTube streets. It's a movement of just common sense boxing talk, I feel like. What y'all think? It's a movement of, I mean, let's just chat. Like we disagree, but that's cool. Let's make a conversation about it. We can come on here and disagree every day. We don't gotta yell, scream. If you don't want your host kicking you off the panel, timing you out in the chat, come on over here to 2 cents box. No, I'm just messing with y'all. Let's see who in the building today. We got Zach in the building. I was here early. Okay. Big Supreme. What up, Big Supreme? He said he got a lot to talk about. Can't wait. So I'm gonna have to drop the link early today. What's going on? All things cash crypto. What up? Noble Young. What is up? Ariana. What's going on? Supreme Cam in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? Shell. What's up, Shell? Mr. Boxing Fanatic. What up? Creole the Traveler. What's going on? Ock Busy. What up, Ock Busy? Shout out to everybody in the chat. So I'm not too sure where I want to start the conversation tonight. How do you all feel about Earl the Truth Spence Jr. coming back soon? We seen the video, him and Frank Martin. Earl looked like he in some shape. Earl looked like he in some shape. But how do y'all feel about Earl coming back? Creator Traveler say that's what's up, common sense. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It just seems to be this like a common sense movement going on right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I enjoy whatever your style is of your channel. I enjoy all different type of style type YouTube channels. You know, you got this quote unquote smoke channels where you just go in there, go back and forth, y'all have at it. You know what I'm saying? You got the channels where everybody got to agree with everybody, or they kick you out, they timing you out the first time you say something, you know, and all that stuff's fun depending on, you know, what you like. I go around and I like all the channels, all the different kind of channels. But I'm saying that there's a lot more, you know, there's more channels popping up that people are also appreciate, where it's just decent boxing talk, decent debate and respectful, you know. May get off the rails every now and then, but you know, it's all fun. Supreme Cam say Earl betrayed me once. I don't know. Facts. Facts, Supreme Cam. Mr. Boxing Fanatic say, hey, Clarissa Shields is the hypocrite because she tried to tell Tank he was jealous of Devin when she doing the same ish. What's the same ish? Cash Crypto say long layoff, but I'm rocking with Earl no matter what. As long as he fighting, I'm buying. Supreme Cam, one fight. Are you for real? Ray Davis in the building. What's going on, Ray? All right, so here's my 2 cents about Earl Spence, right? And I'm a Earl Spence fan. Everybody know I'm a Earl Spence fan. That's one of the ways I was introduced to the YouTube streets, was in the build up to that fight. And after that fight is how a whole lot of people got introduced to me and know me. I'm a Earl Spence fan, right? But I'm gonna be real with y'all. The longer Earl Spence sits out, the less desire I have to see him fight. And that's because we don't got to go down the laundry list of things he's been through. On top of the ass whooping he took from Terrence Crawford, on top of him not having a trainer. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just like all odds stacked against you, dude. And, you know, it's like, how many times can you beat all the odds? Now, I will say this, though. A little part of me believes it's a possibility he could overcome it and come back and maybe pull off a win and win another belt. But it's wishful thinking. But if anybody could do it, I would say it's Earl the True Spence Jr. I would say it's Earl the True Spence Jr. But definitely, if he fights, I'm going to support him. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I ain't watching that. I ain't going to watch it. I'm not. I'm not going to do none of that. Definitely going to support him. Definitely going to buy the fight. If go to the fight if it's in Dallas, I'm there. And he's an old school fighter. Maybe he gonna go out like the old school greats. You just getting your ass whooped. And it is what it is. But I'm curious to know who his trainer is. That's a good question. I'm curious to know when he gonna fight. I'm curious to know who he gonna fight because now they didn't rank Earl. So if Fundora doesn't fight somebody who's ranked, they're gonna strip him. And it's weird when he was in the rankings, then they took him out of the rankings, and now they saying they won't re-rank him. All this is kind of weird the way they moving. I haven't really just looked into that. But I don't know, man. Maybe he'll go to 160 and fight somebody, but that's even you know what I'm saying? It's even more like, oh my God, like, it's like Spence be doing with some dumb shit. I mean, but you a fan, and that's who he is. He's stubborn. He gonna do what he want to do. He gonna do what he feel he need to do, and that's what he gonna do. So, you're either rocking with him or you're not. So I'm rocking with him. I mean, I want to say I'm worried, but if he not worried, why should I be worried? And we're gonna see if he can overcome all of those obstacles and is able to capture just one last championship. And I'm starting to realize like those type of stories in boxing, they really don't be playing out like that. They really don't. Like they really don't. That shit's very rare. So, does anybody have any word about who Earl Spence trainer could possibly be? Has anybody heard any rumors on the YouTube streets or anything? Because I haven't heard nothing. Supreme Cam say, I bet my whole paycheck on this ninja. And he lied about being healthy. I'll buy his fights, but never again am I taking his word about stepping on ninjas. Yeah, I know that hurt. I know that hurt. Creole. Miss Ariana, happy Sunday. What was Spence supposed to do? Leave that bag on the table? But that's what I'm saying, Creole Trevor. It's like you understand, but then it's like you still feel some type of way because it's like, dude, like seriously, Spence, like, man, you. It's almost like you betrayed your fan base, bro. You betrayed your fan base, and then you wasn't even saying nothing. But you know, that's neither here nor there. I feel not too many fighters is a good as Bud, so I don't think many fighters can actually beat Spence, in my opinion. I mean, but it's the long layoff, and then you still not gonna take a tune up. You're gonna jump in there with a champion. Like it's stuff like that, Mr. Boxing Fanatic, that I'm talking about. It's like that was cool back in the gap, but now after all the laundry list of things you've been through, the age, the ass whooping, the layoff, you might want to start handling and moving just a little different. But if you not, you not. I'm just giving my 2 cents, and you already know you're not about to tell Earl what to do. He could have pushed the fight back if he wasn't all the way healthy. Could he? Politics and boxing is getting out of hand. Listen, boxing is political. I mean, that's politics. That's boxing. You feel what I'm saying? I had to drink some water.
Got the
We
cap.
got big. Oh, wrong one. We got Big Dog Philly. with the 2 cents in the super chat. He says 2 cents boxing becoming one of my favorite shows. Shout out to Big Dog Willie. Appreciate that. Okay, where we at in the comments? Hey, this may be Spence's last big payday. It may be. It may be. We got Big Supreme in the building. What up, Big Supreme? Cash Crypto say, how many people can fly out a car like Earl did and come back? I think he comes back and surprises a lot of people. I don't know, Cash Crypto. I think we already got the surprise. I mean, I feel like once Earl Spence, this is the thing, once Earl Spence, and we ain't gonna stay on this all day, but once Earl Spence came back from the car crash and then beat Danny Garcia, I feel like his legacy was cemented right there. Anything else he did from there was just, you know what I'm saying, cherry on top. Now, if he can come back from all of that and that defeat you took, psh, come on, man. But I don't, we just gonna have to see. I'm gonna say that. Big Supreme say that Jerry Ninja is a clown. Yeah, he's funny. He's a boxing hacker 5.0. Say it's not Earl's fault. You bet all that money. Hey, just like Earl said, it's called gambling. It's called gambling. So it is what it is. I see both sides. I see both sides. Dang, it's already 5:30. I'm trying to let some more people roll up in here. Big Supreme say Jerry. Shout out to Big Supreme for the super chat. The age, the ass whooping. I don't know what that is, Supreme Cam. Grab Crypto say Big Supreme. Who's Jerry? Jerry pissed you off, Big Supreme? Mark you in the building. What up, Mark you? Cash Crypto, AM Sports Media guest. He be saying anything, gang. Yeah, y'all can go watch how I cook Jerry today. Yeah, I cooked Jerry today. And then I just ain't say nothing else. Then everybody else came up there and cooked them off my talking points. Hold on real quick. My bad, y'all. That was my son calling me. Okay, so 2 cents boxing, catching bodies everywhere she go. All right. Corey Williams in the building. What's going on, Corey? And McQueen say 5.0. We laughing. I'm serious. This dude 5.0. Y'all got to go watch AM Sports Media. Shout out Jason and Greg. Go watch their live stream. Go watch their videos. Go check out their channel if you have not already. And make sure y'all smash the like button. Make sure y'all smash the like button. So, I felt like Earl looked good in the video he posted. He looked like he was in shape. If he gonna get in the ring, he gonna get in the ring. I'm gonna support. I'm gonna watch it. I told y'all how I feel about it. Gave y'all my 2 cents. And that's that. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Let me know and drop it below. So next up, and then I'm about to drop the link because I know my time short on here tonight. William Zepeda has an injury and will not be fighting in February as promised. Now, I bring that up to say that I want to pull up an old video that I did that I want to show you guys. And I want you to hear what I said. And I'm doing this to point out and show the patterns and just how you can just predict things based off watching these fighters' patterns and how everything move. So what y'all think about? Do y'all think that Zepeda is actually injured his hand? Do y'all think that Zepeda, Tevin Farmer made Zepeda rethink the Shakur Stevenson fight? Because I feel like Tevin Farmer can fight. He's a decent fighter, and he put on a good performance. I mean, it's the styles make fights, right? So let's put him in there with the with the style. I mean, is Oscar really playing games like that? And what do y'all think about him calling out Cambosos that just recently signed the Matchroom on X? What do y'all think about that? Hold on, y'all. Let me find him. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Brandon House in the building. What up, Brandon House? You know what y'all talking about. Is it goofy? His takes on boxing are 95% imagination. It's crazy. Yeah, let him get cooked. All right, here we go, y'all. Let me show y'all this. Now, I made this video 2 months ago. Okay. I made this video 2 months ago. And I'm not, doing this to be like, oh, I'm right. I'm the best YouTuber to ever do it. I'm just trying to point out that when you see a pattern, you can almost predict what's going to happen next, in my opinion. And this is a prediction that I made 2 months ago. Could it just be a coincidence that he happened to hurt his hand? And of course. But I want y'all to check this out. Put a one in the chat if you can hear it. Zepeda in the next fight. So, from my understanding, Zepeda has already ducked you twice. And I'm thinking, you saying Zepeda ducked you this time, or if he didn't really duck you, his wife or whoever just had a baby and he got that going on. And I've already heard Oscar De La Hoya say, you're not fighting Zepeda unless you sign the Golden Boy. And Zepeda has other options because he's ranked number one in all the other sanctioning bodies. So I'm going to say this now. I feel like we getting set up again for another quote unquote duck from Zepeda and another bullshit ass fight from Shakur Stevenson because quote unquote Zepeda ducked him and don't want to fight him. I'm calling it right now. Will we see Zepeda and Shakur fight in February? I doubt it. Oscar's already told you, I'm not giving you the fight unless you sign to me. Zepeda has already not fought you twice. What makes you think he's going to fight you in February? But we'll just have to wait and see. That's just my 2 cents. I'm not saying nothing definite. I'm just following the clues and the tea leaves that's being left behind as far as Shakur Stevenson goes. And I've been watching Shakur because I keep saying he's Terrence Crawford 2.0. And now I can finally speak out. And you see what I'm saying? So I made that video 2 months ago where I called out the fact that they're not going to fight. Now, when I heard Knockout talking about, him putting himself in a position to fight. He fighting for the interim belt, and if he win this belt, he's knocked out of all the contention. Out of all the other sanctioning bodies. So it made me kind of feel like, okay, of course he's gonna fight Shakur then. But then now it's like he not fighting him, just like I said. So is he not gonna fight him at all, or is he gonna fight him when his hand is not injured anymore? And who is going to be up next for Shakur Stevenson? George Kambosos? Like, let me drop this link because I want to know what y'all want to say about this. I think it's interesting. Like, we're about to go through the Zepeda ducked him, nobody want to fight him. This is why he fighting George Kambosos. I mean, I don't know if he fighting George Kambosos. I'm just saying that. All right. Link is in the chat. Let me pin it to the top of the chat. Boom, link is in the chat. Y'all know time limited tonight, so make sure y'all hit that link, come up here and drop your 2 cents about the conversation. Let's see. Ray Davis say Errol definitely can box 160 easy, but yes, like he's making a return soon. Yeah, yep. He says Duck Shakur again. Corey Williams says Zepeda trying to cycle off those power pellets. Shout out to Big Supreme on the panel. What's up, Big Supreme?
Yo. You gave me 2 cents?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me get through these comments real quick. He say help Earl take a tune up. Fundora off that layoff, not good. That's what I'm saying. He not gonna do that. He not gonna take a tune up. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he will. He was already trying to fight Fundora, so he wasn't about to take no tune up. I don't know why he would take one now. So I really don't know what he gonna do. We got Big Dog Willie on the panel. What's going on, Big Dog Willie?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
I don't know what he gonna do, but I'm going to get through a couple more of these comments, and then I'm gonna let Big Supreme get his 2 cents, and I'm gonna let you get your 2 cents off. Let's see.
All right.
You say ain't nobody scared of Shakur. The fight going to decision. It ain't like Shakur beating anyone the F up. Big Dog Willie, Zepeda duck. I called it out on Friday, and as you see, Big Dog Willie, I called it out 2 months ago.
Yeah,
I called it out 2 months ago. Somebody say Shakur and Kambosos is a great fight. You
no,
think
it's
so,
not.
VA Money Group?
No, it's not.
Kambosos has lost his last 4 fights.
It's gonna be a wash. That's not no good fight.
But so like VA Money Group, why do you think that that's a good fight? Like, why do you think? Like, I want to hear why you think it's a good fight. I knocked out Gang Nose Ricky. Man, come on, Big Spring. Man, Oscar probably the one that's telling Zepeda that he's not ready. What you mean? They've been trying to fight for years.
You asked me my opinion, or you asked Big Dog?
Oh no, I'm just reading the.
This is going back. You reading the comments. We just kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, all right,
Lee Jackson in the building. What's going on, Lee Jackson? It ain't Zepeda. If anything, it's Oscar. I'm sure it's Oscar. Spot on 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? Corey Williams say, damn, 2 cents. What's the lottery numbers? You know what I'm saying? You just can tell what they gonna do. They do the same thing every time. Big Supreme said he got smoked today.
I got smoked
Big
for niggas
Supreme,
today.
bro, you cooked the F out of Jerry, fam. I had to leave and come on my show. I missed the end of it. I see y'all in the back. I'm about to let y'all up. Let me get through these comments. He Andre Ward 2.0. That Rican cat give you wings. Zach say, I've been said, just like you 2 cents, that the fight wasn't going to happen. Why was Shakur signed to Eddie when he's seen how it works from Bob? Stop falling for these fake fighters. His move made no sense. NHA says, as a fighter, Oscar ducked no smoke. As a promoter, he shamelessly ducks all smoke for fighters unless the fighter demands the fight, like Ryan did. Shout out to Slap Happy Gorilla with the $1.99 in the super chat. He says 2 cents is class act. All publicity is good. Appreciate that. Where I'm at in the comments. I seen you taking slow sips, and I seen you get mellow and started leaning in the chill. I don't know what y'all talking about. All right. So, Big Supreme, what you got for the show?
All right, so I got smoked today. So this is my thing, right? I know Shakur's big dog favorite fighter and all that.
Hold on. Shout out VA Money Group and NHA up on the panel. Shout out y'all. Thank you for joining today. We got Big Supreme, Big Dog Willie, then NHA and VA Money Group. What you got?
Before I go, salute to everybody. VA. I
What?
like VA talking points. You know what I mean? Sometimes you go off the rail a little bit, but for the most part, you saying some solid shit though. But
Salute.
yeah, go ahead. What you gonna say?
No,
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 go
no.
ahead,
I just
Supreme.
said salute. Salute.
So this is my thing with Shakur, right? And what I was saying, whatever dude named Jerry. This is my thing, right? I do believe Zepeda is a dangerous opponent for Shakur because of his volume, his punching power, and stuff like that. I want to see how he'll be able to handle it. But I do believe that the Tevin Farmer fight probably made them pull back a little bit. They like, damn, he didn't look too good. But I did say on the panel a couple of weeks back, if Zepeda goes in there and runs over Tevin Farmer, then I feel like Shakur will be in trouble. But he didn't. Tevin Farmer went in there and he did a great job. He caught a lot of those punches. He even knocked him down. So I felt like Oscar's like, damn, he don't want to put Zepeda in there with him. I honestly think Oscar wants Baranchek because he's been saying that, but I don't think he's gonna get that because of Keyshawn. Um, as far as Shakur, I do
Hold on, let
believe
me
that.
read this real quick. Ray Davis say Oscar is holding back on that fight. When Turkey said he wanted fight was a pater, you can see the discouraging look on his face. Okay, go ahead, Big Supreme.
Yeah, I don't want to get too long winded, but Shakur basically, what I don't like with Shakur is I do think he's talented. I do think he's a good defensive boxer, but I feel like he don't really got no dog like that. Like he's been calling out a lot of fighters, but he hasn't fought none of them. And I feel like people say, well, this person is ducking him. This person is ducking him. The only person I can honestly say I feel like is ducking him, maybe is Oscar, is Zepeda. I feel like they see something with Zepeda that he can't do nothing with Shakur. Um, I do believe that Zepeda has been fighting a lot of pillow fisted boxers. When you look at Mercer Gista, Maxie Hughes, Tevin Farmer, even though he got power all of a sudden, Giovanni Cabrera, Jojo Diaz, like his last 6 or 7 opponents, they haven't really been punching like that. And that's not the first time I've seen Zepeda get knocked down. So with Shakur, I think Shakur has respectable power. It makes sense that his hands is brittle because he does be scoring like knockdowns and he do be buzzing opponents, but for some reason he just can't get the knockout. Maybe it's because of his hands. I do
I think,
believe.
and plus he's moved up. Like he was doing that at 130. He just haven't been doing that at 135.
I mean, when you look at the Santos fight, even though he was running around the ring, there's a couple times he did buzz Santos, and he did, stop Yoshino. So I feel like the power was there, but maybe it really is his hands, or it could be his technique and the way he's punching. And I also feel like he has no dog. Like last night, we was talking about Africa, and that's the problem I have with him with the fight with Paro. Like I think he has all of the tools, all of the talent, the boxing ability to beat Paro, but does he have the dog? Is he gonna get in there and fight? The Lemos fight showed some dog, but like me and Ann McQueen, we was doing some film study, and he had numerous opportunities to get Lemos out of there. I'm talking about lunging forward, swinging wild, just begging for a left hook or a right hook counter, and for some reason Africa wouldn't do it. So with Zepeda, I feel like Shakur sees something and he wants to exploit that. But I don't think Oscar's gonna give him that fight. But to land my plane, I think that's Shakur's fault because why would you sign with Eddie when you want to fight Zepeda? Like Eddie doesn't have no marquee names at 135. Yes, he does have a whole stable of I don't want to say Euro bums, but he has UK domestic level opponents for Shakur. You look at a Zelfa Barrett, he's nice. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think he could do nothing with Shakur. You have other dudes over there as well but he should have just went to Oscar, got that 2 fight deal, fight Zepeda, maybe a rematch, and then fight Austin and enter negotiations with Tank. But for whatever reason, he signed a match for him.
So
Then
I just want
did
to
you hold
interject.
on, hold on,
Go
Big
ahead.
Dog. Let me. Did you hear what I just played about my prediction?
What was the prediction?
All right, let me play it again. I made this prediction 2 months ago.
Oh, you saying that he's really eyeing another opponent like Cambosos or something like that. Like he's
No,
publicly.
I was saying 2 months ago, like, why do they think if Zepeda already ducked you twice, and Oscar told you if you want the fight, you gotta sign to me?
Mhm.
Why would he think he gonna get the fight? But then KO was like, well, he put himself in position since he win that belt. He not out in the other rankings no more. I was like, oh, okay, well they might do it for real. And so now I'm like, so are they just not gonna fight him till his hand get better, or like what's finna
No, they're
happen?
gonna duck him. They just ducked him. That's exactly
I
what
think
they're gonna do.
Zepeda definitely does. It's a clear duck. And
It's a
I'm not even
duck.
the biggest Shakur fan, but you gotta call it down the line. This is a clear duck because you just were saying that he's gonna stop him. He's gonna do this. He has a bad performance, and all of a sudden his hands hurt. I just think it's corny. And what I don't like about the WBC is he's still gonna have that number one spot because he's Mexican. I feel like they should get him up out of there and give somebody else a chance. Honestly,
Go ahead, big dog
Yeah.
Willie. What you got?
Yeah, so it's just a duck, and it's it's the same old thing. It's he ducked him twice already, and he didn't want to fight him. It's too difficult. It's too difficult for a style. He won't look good fighting against Shakur. He won't look good. So
nah, he won't.
even he's gonna look bad. Even he throws little scorching punches and everything. He's still gonna look bad. He's gonna miss a whole bunch. So it's not gonna look good for him.
The
And
only thing I would say to push back on that big dog, my fault, but Shakur don't fight like Farmer, so it's still an interesting style clash for me.
yeah,
But
And that's my
Nah,
point. Let's see the
it's an
styles.
interesting
Let's see the
style clash. I
styles.
nah,
think I ain't gonna lie, it is,
nah,
bro.
but
nah.
let me finish. Let me just
Supreme is in denial, bro.
I'm
Supreme is
not
in
Hold
in
on,
denial.
denial, bro.
hold on, but let Big Dog
uh,
Willie land his plane. Then we gonna come around to
I ain't
you,
gonna lie,
yeah.
VA
VA, you in
Money Group.
denial too, but I'm gonna address that in a few.
Okay. So
Go
let
ahead,
me.
Big Dog Willie.
Yeah. So it's just it's. Well, I hear what you're saying, Supreme, but when you look silly and you throw a lot of punches and you miss a lot of times, you get frustrated. It's like the Ali thing when he frustrate people, and it just he gets frustrated. And in Tevin Farmer in that fight against Tevin Farmer, he got frustrated a couple of times, and so um, Tevin Farmer is not nearly as defensive as Shakur is, not nearly as talented either. So, I mean, that's all I gotta say. Well, and that was just a plain duck. And there's more people at 135 ducked him. What's his name? Ducked him tough. And then moved up to 140. What's his name? Pitbull tough. His Pitbull came out the jump out the gate saying, "I'm
I
not
don't think
fighting you."
Pitbull ducked him, bro.
Huh?
I don't think Pitbull ducked him.
But do you hear what he said?
All right, so this is my thing. Shakur said Pitbull don't want to fight and he's ducking him. So Pitbull,
No,
they just
Pitbull said that.
no, no. Look,
Pitbull said
look,
that.
look. Shakur said that he wanted to fight Pitbull, but they scared. So I feel like they're gonna respond, bro. They're gonna say you boring. It's boxing talk. The reason why I think he
Supreme,
didn't
don't do
duck
that.
him.
Don't do that, Supreme.
Look.
Yeah,
I'm
Don't
just
that's
do
look,
that.
that's
look,
bull.
look,
That you
WBC
can't.
order
Hold
that
on, y'all.
fight.
That's
look.
Everybody got to
bull.
get their turn. Hold
Look,
on,
I'm just
everybody
gonna
got to
say
get
the
their
reason
turn.
why Pitbull didn't fight Shakur because he got the opportunity to get a belt at 140 versus Rolly. Anybody would have took that
Uh,
fight.
That
Come
was a
on,
Man,
setup
that's a
that
fight,
was
stop.
that
that
though,
was
was
a
man.
that was.
guaranteed. That was a guaranteed championship win for Pitbull.
Bro,
All
don't
right,
do that,
VA Money
man.
Group. What you got, VA
That was
Money Group?
no.
What you got, VA Money Group?
But mostly, I just jumped up here to confront Supreme about all the stuff that he was talking about. The last time we talked,
Yeah,
I
I
think it
want
was like a
smoke. Yeah, let's
month.
go.
We we talked about like a month ago about this Zepeda Shakur matchup, and he was just like, "Nah, Shakur just ain't got it." But now that we see that Zepeda ain't what you thought, I just want to know like how do you feel? Like, have you updated your opinion?
But look, VA. You my man and all that. Even though you controversial, what I said was on the panel, and we could run the tape. I said if he demolishes Tevin Farmer, then Shakur should be worried. But I also said as a corollary, if if Zepeda gets frustrated, gets knocked down, doesn't look good against Farmer, they're not gonna make the fight. And that's what I said. And I feel like KO said the same thing. If he goes in there and runs through Farmer, then Shakur gonna be in trouble. But he didn't. And we was right. And like I said, if you look at the Farmer fight, Zepeda did exactly what I said he was gonna do. The last 3 or 4 rounds, Tevin Farmer lost steam, bro. He was tired. He was leaning on Zepeda. Even though Zepeda was already kind of hurt from Farmer knocking him down. You could see that he never like gained his bearings because he wasn't fighting how he usually fights. But he was hitting Farmer on the shoulder. He was hitting him on his hips. He was hitting him on his arms. And I feel like Farmer felt that towards the end. I think that's why he honestly lost. I feel like if he was able to,
Farmer is an inactive 34, 35-year-old former champ.
nah, you can't say that because he just fought Muratalla
Yeah,
like
that's
2 months
true.
ago.
That's true. But if we expand that interval of time, what do we have? We have 5 years and like what 3 fights. So yeah, he's getting sharper.
I get that.
See, yeah. So
But I do believe that Zepeda, they see something they don't like with Shakur. Now, like I said, like Shakur, like I say, is a great defensive fighter, but the style clash is still interesting to me because Farmer's gonna stand in a pocket, he's gonna go through the fire. I don't see Shakur doing that. Shakur could use his feet and fight like he fought De Los Santos. He's definitely gonna wash Zepeda. But I do believe Zepeda can hurt Shakur though. I'm not gonna sit here and cap and say that he can't hurt him. I do believe he can, but Zepeda chin looking a little suspect, or maybe Farmer, got next to Victor Conte or something, because all of a sudden this like even in the Muratalla fight, when they went to the corner, Robert Garcia asked Muratalla, like, yo, what's up? Like, how do you feel? He was like, yo, this dude could punch. And Robert was like, really? Robert was like, he could punch? He was like, really? He's like, yeah, I felt it. And then if you look at one of them rounds, I think it was the sixth or the fifth, he hit him with a straight left. And you could see Muratalla legs buckle a little bit. I'm like, oh, shit, since when this dude punching like that? And for the last point, right, Shakur definitely was on snack, brother. He definitely was on snack. Because if you look at the Heron fight, he had snack on his trunks, Yoshino, Valdez.
Yeah, he was on snack. Yeah, like 3-4 snack fights. You're right.
Yeah, like 5, really, because he was on snack for Nakathila too.
So they should be wanting now. He's not on snack.
It says maybe we get the Loma versus Shakur fight in April or May. If Top Rank is willing to play nice, Loma already sized them up and thought that was a preview in the bud card and a setup for the opportunity to make. That sounds good, but I just don't think that Bob Arum will make that fight.
Hey, yo, you keep it 100?
I don't think he would.
I think Loma could beat Shakur, bro.
Sound crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I think, listen, Shakur's a great fighter, right? But I think we underselling Loma, bro. Loma really could fight, bro.
To boost who star, Rollo?
So some start
NHA2. Hold on, VA Money Group. What else you got for the show? And then we got NHA2.
Yeah, in response to the Loma could beat Shakur, you have to understand a lot of the stuff, the footwork, the tricks. The tricks that Lomachenko plays in the ring, they're not that effective against. They're not that effective against other southpaws, especially not southpaws that are taller with reach. You know what I mean?
Yo, bro. So Loma, listen. He fought Jermaine Ortiz, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all probably gonna grind me up.
Jermaine Ortiz didn't switch. He didn't switch.
But he's better than Shakur, though, in my opinion.
Boy, nah, stop now. You not like. This is just hate now. You're just hating now.
You don't like Shakur.
You just hating now. This is getting ridiculous.
Jermaine Ortiz is nice, bro. We're not gonna sit there and say that man is not nice. He arguably beat Loma and he arguably beat Teofimo. And he fought
I'm done.
African
I can move on fast, man.
Listen, y'all not gonna sit here and make it sound like.
Hold on, let me get around Big Supreme to everybody.
Yeah,
then
go ahead.
Go ahead. You done, VA Money Group?
Yeah,
he done.
NHA, what you got?
What's good with it? All right, so Shakur is this big old pussy, excuse my language, that ain't got no dog in him. He brittle hands. He's soft. But yet, why are all these fighters ducking him? Who ducks a soft ass, brittle hand, no dog having ass fighter?
But
let me just go down.
Let me respond to that real quick. Mm-hmm. I mean, I get what you're saying, but then when you think about it, because when I heard you say who ducking him, and then I thought about how he signed to Eddie Hearn, where all the other smoke is somewhere where he ain't at. It's smoke.
To say this is before this been happening before he even signed with Eddie Hearns. So this is not
I think before when he was with Bob, that was more of a contractual money thing. I felt like Bob was probably lowballing fighters. That's what I think.
No, but you can't. I mean, like I said, You can't do that because he signed with. I'll be honest. He signed with Eddie Hearn to get that money. That's the only reason why you're gonna do it before this tank fight. He will get hit 5 million here, 5 million there,
Could
whatever.
he
How
have
much?
signed with Eddie Hearn to get a lot of money for
I don't think it was about the
par fights?
competition. I don't think
Right.
about it. It wasn't about the competition. It was about money. But Zepeda was in Zepeda is in position to fight Shakur, and he now his hands hurting. So first time ever, his hands hurting all of a sudden. So I mean, what do you think? I mean, you guys. I'm a Shakur fan, but there are people not want trying to fight him. You guys just pushing that aside.
Oscar Valdez running through weight divisions to get away from this guy. You know what I mean?
Hold on, NHA, was
Pitbull
you
did
done?
duck. I don't know what Supreme's talking about.
NHA, was you done?
Yeah, we gonna have smoke tonight, VA. You
NHA,
talking kind of hot.
I'm
NHA.
here.
Oh
You
yeah,
hear
go
me?
ahead. Continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So we got all these fighters. As soon as he came in the 135 division, it's like all the, you know what I'm saying, most of the top 135 fighters made a beeline to get away from him, not to try to fight him. WBC ordered Valdez. They said, "Nah, we good. We're not ready." Then they went to Pitbull Supreme. You said Pitbull, we basically chose not to fight him because he wanted a belt at 140. But what about that belt 135 that WBC ordered? And then Pitbull was like, "Nah, we're good." So
Now, but you gotta
Pitbull,
think too, right? Broly.
Shout out to
so
Slap Happy
nah,
Gorilla Daddy
Look.
P. What up,
we're
Slap
not
Happy?
Broly
doing that.
and
We're not
listen,
doing that,
listen, listen, listen. Broly and Pitbull is on the same side of the street, bro. That was an easy fight to make.
but,
It's an
then
easy
we
fight
go
to
to
make, bro.
the side of the street.
It was an easy
Fights
fight
could
to
be
make.
made.
See, this is
Frank
man. You
Martin,
guys be
Frank
making
Martin, Frank
excuses.
Martin was on the other side of the street too. They was just about to make that fight
All
till
right, so
Frank
look,
Martin
let's
pulled
let's
the
use
fuck
it.
out.
But
Let's
why
use your
can't we
logic.
admit that it seems as though Shakur has moved in a strategic manner where someone could see his movements and say it looked like he ducking smoke?
All right, cool.
How? If the fighters are turning
Who?
down the fights,
Look,
Who just
look, look.
smoking?
Yeah, who's
Let's
he
let's use
ducking?
your
Who's he
logic.
ducking?
I'm
Who they
confused
ducking?
now.
Yo,
Who's he
NHA, let
ducking
me use your
specifically?
logic real quick, bro. You
You
saying
can
Yeah.
say tank. You can say tank. That's it.
no? Look,
That's not even really
let's
who
use your logic,
Who?
NHA.
who
Absolutely
else?
not.
Who
Yep.
else?
Yo, NHA, look, let's use your logic, right? So now you said
Yep.
that fight could have been made because he could have got the WBC strap, right? That's what you're
Yeah.
saying about Pitbull. So Pitbull would have had to cross the street to make that happen, right?
Just like
Right?
Frank was about to.
Now I'm asking you, Pitbull would have had to
And
cross the
Jolo
street to make it
Santo
happen.
did the
No,
same
he
thing.
don't.
Listen, bro.
Hey, I
Just
got
answer that
36
question.
people. I need 36 likes. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
So Pitbull would have had to cross the street to get that fight, right or wrong? Just like
Jolo
Frank
Santo
That's
Martin
a
did
did.
it.
possibility. That's a possibility.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
listen. It's either yes or no. He would have had to cross the street, right?
I don't know if he would have had to. Maybe
He would have. He's on
maybe they could have did a
PBC,
cross
bro, and he
promotion.
was on Top Rank, so
They
he
could
would
have
have
went
had
to
to go to
purse bid.
PBC
They
to get
could
the
have went
fight.
to purse bid. Could have
All
went
right,
to
so
purse bid.
listen. You ducking the question because you know what I'm about to say. Why did
Okay,
Shakur sign?
I'm gonna give it to you.
Listen, why did
He had to
Shakur
go
sign
over there.
Matchroom if he wanted to fight Zepeda?
What? What the fuck got
Why
this?
did
What that got to do
Shakur?
with Phil?
Listen, why?
When did
Listen,
Shakur turn down as a
listen,
better fight?
bro. Listen, why did
He
Shakur
never
sign?
turned down the Zepeda fight. He never did.
Listen.
Exactly.
Why did
So I don't know what point well, I don't know what point Supreme
again?
trying to
Why
make.
did Shakur
One at a
sign
You
to
playing
time.
Matchroom?
semantics.
One mic,
I'm
one
not
mic.
playing semantics. Y'all not answering the question, bro. Why sign the Matchroom if you want to fight Zepeda and he's on Golden Boy? Why? Why he did that? So my thing
Why
is,
does it?
listen.
I just want to understand. Why does
Bro,
people have to sign with certain people? The nigga got the belt. The nigga got the belt.
Because
exactly.
that's
He
Zepeda.
got
Does
the
a
how
belt.
it
pet
works.
does a pet want to be a champion just like Shakur?
Listen. Y'all got this thing confused. I'm not a Zepeda fan at all. All
I'm
I'm
not.
saying is that the
I know
same
you're not,
logic.
but you a Shakur hater.
I'm not a Shakur hater. I
Hold
think
on,
Shakur.
hold
You
on. We
I just gave
got
him his
Too
just due.
Rich on the
definitely could be
panel, y'all.
mistaken.
Hold on. We got Too
I gave
Rich,
him his
Mr.
just due, bro.
Respect the Belts on the panel. Mr. Too Rich, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Oh, Too Rich gonna
Hey,
start hating off the
I
rip.
I just got a question for you, 2 Cent. Now, Tank still fighting Lamont Roach, right?
From my knowledge, yeah.
I can't see how y'all got the right to speak on who Shakur should fight because if the Tapedo would have went, we know it went south, and Shakur would have picked Lamont Roach, y'all still would say that wouldn't be a good fight. He pulling somebody up for 130. I think the Kambosos fight is. I don't believe you have to win your last fight to have a fight. That's an excuse. I mean, it's a good fight. If Zepeda pull it out, or Shakur should go to pro box. Go to pro box and find you a
Nobody
fighter
going
like
to pro box,
Tank
bro.
did.
Stop saying that. They not going to pro
So
box, bro.
first of all, I mean, I feel like I got the right to speak on whatever fighter and who they fight because, like I said on my channel,
Niggas
everybody
said go to
entitled to
pro
their own
box.
opinion.
Going to pro box.
Second of all, we're speaking of Zepeda dropping out of this fight, which I played a video. I predicted this 2 months ago because I didn't understand why Zepeda has already ducked Shakur twice. And Oscar De La Hoya told you if you want this fight, you need to sign a Golden Boy. Then you went to sign with Matchroom, and I just was like, if the fight happened, cool, but I felt like the chances were slim because of those factors that were already in place. You get what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah.
already ducked you twice. Why you think he finna fight you? That's the point
Too
I'm
rich.
making.
What's up,
Hey,
bro?
And that's the problem.
let me
So
say
you
this
got to
last
blame it.
thing,
You got to
man.
blame Shakur for this shit. You got to blame Shakur for these niggas ducking him.
Hold on.
Hey, so
Ray
let me
Davis
say
in the
this.
Crazy,
building.
right?
We got Ray
Hey, check
Davis
this
on the
out.
panel.
Hey,
What's
check
up?
this
Salute
out right quick.
everybody.
2 cents, 'cause I gotta get out of here. Let me say this
What's up,
last
Ray?
thing.
Go ahead, Too Rich.
This what I'm thinking. Okay, so Peter Duck. I was just trolling when I was talking about. Can't say that. I'm just messing around. But what I was saying is, Zepeda Duck Shakur or whatever. The fight not going on. The Loma and Tank fight not going on. Tank and Roach is pushed out 3 months. They both available. Make the fight. Push Roach out. Bring Shakur in. They
Hey, yo,
both
I ain't gonna lie. I hate
available
when y'all
right
do that.
now.
But Too
Y'all,
Rich, let me ask
I
you a
hate when they
question.
do that, bro.
Do you really want to see Shakur? Me
Yeah,
personally, I don't. I don't
yeah,
want to see Shakur
yeah,
fight Tank
yeah.
right after his hand
Listen,
surgery.
Nah,
Deuce.
Do
I
you
want to
want to
see him
see
fight
that?
Tank. I want to see
yes,
him
Yep,
fight
I
I
want to
Tank.
do.
see it right now.
And
I
the
want to
reason
see
why I
the
want
best
Shakur
fight
to
the
fight
best.
Tank,
Yep,
It's not that I
I
don't want
agree.
to see them fight. I just don't want to see him
I
fight
want
I
to
off
see
of
see.
his
it
hand.
because
If you
Yeah,
want
I'm
to see
tired
the
of
best fight, the
excuses.
best, let's let him be healed. Make sure he cool so he can
I'm
fight
tired of
at his
excuses.
best. That's what I'm
I
yeah,
don't
saying.
know.
That's
Y'all
true.
respecting
yeah.
things, man.
Facts.
This is my thing, right?
Hey,
Addressing
but I'll
Too
be in the
Rich.
chat. I'll be in the chat.
Yeah, he could leave, but addressing Too
You
Rich's
done
last
too?
statement,
You
right?
done?
Damn.
Hold on. You done Too Rich?
Yeah, he said he gonna jump in the chat.
Oh, okay. Hold
So,
on, us Big Supreme. Ray just hopped up here. Let him get his 2 cents
yeah,
and then we
go
can
ahead,
go.
bro.
Go ahead,
What
Ray.
up? Hold on. What up? I Salute already everybody. hopped the Oh, line. I was in here first. because I'm
Oh,
better than you,
my bad,
frequent.
my
I
bad.
just mess
Fly
with.
frequency. Fly frequency. Go ahead, frequent fly. My bad. Go ahead.
No, yeah. I heard somebody. I don't know who was asking that question, but somebody was asking why would Shakur sign with Eddie Hearn?
That
You
was
know,
me
and
that
I
said that, bro.
and I also heard somebody saying, alluding to uh, Shakur possibly ducking Tank because of that.
No,
You
we're
When
know,
was
not even
that?
talking about
I don't.
Tank. We not
I
even
didn't hear
talking about
that.
Tank.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Hold on.
I didn't say he was ducking Tank. I never said that.
No, we not talking about Tank.
Yeah, I know
We
we're
talking
not
about
talking about
Zepeda.
Tank. I know y'all not talking about Tank, but y'all asked. Well, you said that Shakur went over there where no smoke is at. And you know,
Facts.
and y'all and somebody asked who can we say that he ducking? And somebody did say at least Tank, but I don't know who said that.
That was VA that said that.
Okay, what's
Yeah,
up? What
so
you got?
y'all acting like I'm coming up here
I didn't hear nobody
speaking
say
the
that.
things I
Nah,
didn't
VA
hear.
said that. VA definitely said that.
We got Daddy P on the panel. What up, Daddy P? All right, go ahead, Fly
No, but
Frequency.
my point is what I wanted to say is though it don't matter that
Somebody got a mute.
That slap happy.
Slap Happy and mute. I got him. Okay, go ahead.
yeah, what I was trying to say is it really don't matter that he signed to Eddie Hearn because Eddie Hearn is they're okay with making fights with Golden Boy. He didn't have
Who?
to sign the Golden Boy to make that fight.
That don't make no sense,
No, I'm
bro.
not
That gotta
saying that
be
he
100.
did have
It's the
to. I'm
same
saying
platform.
Oscar literally told him if you want the fight, sign the Golden Boy. That's the
This is what
point
I'm
I'm making.
saying.
You
But
get what
then
I'm
Oscar said,
saying?
I don't
Oh
want
yeah,
to sign him.
yeah.
Y'all believe
He
Oscar?
don't. How you gonna force him to sign with him?
I'm just telling you what he
Shakur is the one who has the belt. Zepeda needs him, not the other way around.
No, we're not denying that. What I'm saying is
No,
this,
I'm
right?
not denying that. I'm just saying what he said. And
If
and
Turkey
and
said
to
on
me,
national
him saying
TV,
that made me feel like he gonna make it be a hard time to make the fight. He's not
if
gonna
Uh,
easily make the fight. That's the point that I'm making.
Who was
Well, the
can
thing is, Shakur just want to fight Zepeda just because he's a name, you know. Shakur is trying to get
No,
belts.
Why
that's his
not
Zepeda
make him
don't have no
Super
mandatory.
belt.
boy, bro? That's what
Ain't
I'm
that his
saying.
Yeah,
mandatory? That's his mandatory.
Yeah,
it's
so that's his mandatory, but it's upon Zepeda's side to try to make the fight or want the
Yo,
fight because
Shakur
Shakur is
called
the
him
one with
out
the
though,
belt.
bro.
yeah.
That's
Y'all
different.
reversing the roles.
No, we
Listen,
not.
Yeah,
I
Shakur
agree
exactly.
with
called them
you.
out. So this is my thing, right?
All right.
You called them out and said you want smoke. When you look at, like I said, this is why I said I respect Crawford because he went directly to PBC and got the fight that he wanted. So Shakur, you want that fight?
Well,
Go to Golden Boy,
hold
2-fight deal.
He's
look.
Right,
his
that was like
I,
4
mandatory.
years
hold
He's
on,
his
ago.
hold on.
mandatory.
He's
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 the
never
Hold
fight
on,
him.
one
champion,
at a
bro.
time.
Hold
Y'all not
on.
Hold on,
making no
one at
Hold
a
on.
sense.
time.
All right.
Hold
Let
on,
me
That
go
makes
tap
ahead.
in.
perfect sense to me.
Let me
Go
let me
ahead, Ray.
tap in
What's your
on
two
that.
cents? What's your 2 cents?
Real quick. I'm gonna get to the Shakur thing. But let me just be clear. Bud did not do the deal with PBC. He tried. Earl had to jump in and put out his own
Bro,
money
he
and
did the
take
deal with
less.
PBC,
Here it
bro.
doesn't
Facts,
matter.
facts,
No, he had to
Bro,
take
facts.
money from Earl.
y'all,
Earl
y'all,
had to
y'all be, y'all
loosen
be.
up his
I ain't gonna
wallet.
lie, y'all be
Earl
trolling.
had to
Y'all gotta
loosen
be
up his
trolling.
wallet, man.
Hold on,
Y'all
let
gotta
him
Earl
be
had to
finish.
trolling,
loosen up
bro.
his wallet.
Come on, get
Earl
back
had
to
to
the
loosen up.
topic. Let's go.
Oh
Let's go.
yeah, we're gonna go. Yeah, let's move on. But anyway, so Shakur moving to match room is not a it's not the end all to be all. One, there's a lot of fighters moving around. There's a lot of contracts up. So there are fighters moving to match room. Number one. Number two, we have to also look at the fact that Shakur went there with the idea that he's going to get fights. Eddie Hearn has never not tried to make a big fight happen. Whether they go through or not, or he doesn't work with other promoters or whatever the deals may be, that doesn't matter because it didn't even happen with Top Rank. He couldn't get the Frank Martin fight because Frank wanted more money. He finally got a fight that somebody was willing to take the amount that Frank was, and they paid him less than that to come over there
Yeah,
and fight him.
Santos. That's who
He
he
had,
fought instead.
right,
Do you think
right.
Frank
Then
Martin
he
was
had
wrong for that?
hold on, hold on. Let me finish. We'll get to that point. He then fought Artem, right? Artem is where? Artem's on PBC. He came over and did it. So it's definitely was something that was willing to be done over there, but they just didn't want to get the big bags, right? Then we have on the other end, as far as Oscar De La Hoya is the one that's afraid of Shakur. That's not Shakur or Zepeda. Zepeda wanted to fight. Zepeda said he want Tank, he want Shakur, he want all of them. That's not Zepeda. That's his team. They don't believe he can do it. They don't have trust in him. They don't believe in him. And if they
But
don't
why
believe
is
him, they're
that
not
though,
going to make the
Ray?
fight. Why is that?
And
Because
that,
Because
but
what
that was
Shakur,
just
my
happened
that
to
was
him,
my
right?
whole
but hold,
point. That was
Because of
my
what
whole
right,
just
and
point.
happened
that's
to
all
him.
I'm
That's
agreeing.
why.
I know.
Time
Hold
out.
on, no, hold on. I'm
And
agreeing
that
with
was
you
my
two cents,
whole
and this is
point.
way back. Yes,
Yeah.
this is way back. This is not something recent. First, Coach Panda went on Mill City. Shout out to Mill City and said that. Sorry, two cents. If I shout out somebody on your channel, I just don't want to talk about them to be disrespectful somewhere else. You know, what I mean, on a different platform, but I want to shout them out. Um, he said that, yeah, we're not ready for this fight. You know what I mean? And then Oscar was like, yeah, we'll take the fight. We'll take the fight. And then when a turkey went to his face deliberately and said, yeah, we're going to make this fight. We're going to make Bud versus Virgil. He both his face frowned. He's like, nah, I don't want that fight. He said Virgil versus Vendora. He's like, no, we doing Shakur versus Zepeda and Virgil versus Bud. He's like, oh, yeah, okay. Bro, Oscar don't want these fights. He don't want these fights that's going to hurt his dudes, ruin his O's on his record, and mess up his bags over there. It's crazy, man. It's just a whirlwind of
I
nonsense. So
mean,
100%
we ask,
true.
Turkey is getting
100%
all
true.
these promoters, fighters ass whooped. They getting their asses whooped.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what Eddie Hearn and them doing. They putting their fighters in harm's way, in harm's
Yeah.
way.
I agree.
Where
I agree
where
with that.
Oscar's doing the protect thing.
And I
So
don't
who
see
should we
he's
be
trying to
celebrating
protect
though?
it. I
But y'all
mean,
say he should have signed with Oscar. When did Oscar offer him a deal?
He should sign with Oscar. I didn't say that. I don't
I'm
think
No,
he
not
should
saying
no,
that.
I'm
sign.
Hold on,
saying
That's
he
hold
up
on.
to
shouldn't.
That's
He
what
didn't
I'm
have
To
to.
the
saying.
Supreme,
Hold
was
on,
somebody saying
That's
that.
what I'm
Let
saying.
me talk. Let me talk. It
That's
ain't
what
changed.
Zepeda with.
Nobody ever said he should have signed with Oscar. What I said was Oscar
No, not
said
you.
if
That's
he
what
wanted
Supreme
I
to
was
said that.
saying.
fight.
I ain't go. I said
Supreme
that.
said it.
he-
I said
Mhm.
that.
well, because he's trying to say like if this is what you was really pursuing, you should put
Right.
yourself in the best position possible in order to make that happen. Are we saying if you sign with
I got
Golden Boy,
something
you
for
for
that.
sure 100% gonna get it?
Yep.
No, but when Oscar's
But
talking like that and Zepeda's already ducked you twice, you put another barrier in the way by being on another promotional platform. That's why I was saying I don't know if the fight's gonna happen. I don't see
It's
it
not
happening.
gonna
So
happen.
they
He ain't gonna
supposed to
fight
be
that. He ain't
bending
gonna
over
fight him.
but my
backwards for
thing
people
is
trying to duck him.
Oscar
For
never
people that's
won it.
trying to duck him,
Yo,
they should be doing
y'all be
whatever
moving
they.
the goalposts for certain people, bro.
Oscar said, "You're a great
Mm.
fighter, great talent, but not for me." Do y'all not remember that?
Yep.
Right
What's your
after, do
point?
y'all not remember that? My point
Do you
is,
Yep.
remember that
if y'all
Shakur
saying he
actually had
needed
to
to do
beat
what
him a
he
Golden
do,
Boy?
yeah. And
You
then
know
this
that?
is
It's
Oscar said it afterwards. He said
Like
it after
that?
the meeting.
So
All
then
right then. So
you're only
so
proving
Shakur
my
actually
point in
tried to get the
AJ.
fight.
You're only proving my point
The
that
nigga with
that's
the
going to
belt
make
is
But
the
getting
fight
how?
belt.
even more
and
difficult to make.
How
You
the
only
nigga getting
proving my
belt
How?
point.
if the gun
and
got to the
let's
problem?
and
And
let's
He
be
had a
so
meeting
clear
with
and let's
Oscar to
be
try to make the fight,
okay.
and Oscar came out
All right.
afterwards and said he's a great talent, great fighter, but not for me. What is that man
Right.
supposed to do to get that fight with Zepeda?
So
Sign
everything
a
we saying
PBC?
right
Is
now.
that
Hold
what
on.
it
there's
is?
Hold on.
nothing he
Hold
can
on.
do.
Let's time
We
out.
can't
I think
blame
what
Shakur. We
Frequent
can't
said
blame
right.
Shakur for
Yeah,
this
What
he
fight
in
not
here blaming
happening
what
when
Frequent
Shakur.
clearly
what Frequent
Oscar's
is
Bro,
side is
saying.
the one that's
nobody's
saying
blaming
they don't
Shakur.
want the
What I'm
fight.
But
saying
no,
is
Hold
this,
on.
time
right?
out.
All right.
Fly
So listen.
frequency. Look, hold on, right. Fly frequency. Who up here has blamed Shakur?
I think I know what
Anytime,
he's
Big
saying.
anytime, anytime that you say
blame
Shakur, why
Shakur.
Shakur? When you say why Shakur didn't
Right.
sign with Oscar De La Hoya,
I never
that's
said
blaming
that.
Shakur. I know
That's
you
not
didn't say that,
that's
but Supreme said he said that. He keeps saying he said that.
Oh, well, no,
Listen,
I
I'm gonna
didn't
tell you
say
what I
that.
said, right? What I'm saying is this, right? Your man's been calling out Zepeda, right? He actually had a meeting with
wrong.
Oscar to, I guess, to sign or whatever they was gonna get to do, and I guess it probably didn't go well. And we know how Oscar is; he's petty. So he went and he said what he said. Look, I don't need you. This, that, and the third. We know that's Oscar's character
Shit.
already.
Right.
What I'm saying is this. Listen, what I'm saying is this. You called out Zepeda, and you also called out Austin Schofield. So you've been having a back and forth with Austin Schofield and his pops on Mill City and different channels and Najee and all of that. So my thing is, if you calling out these two specific fighters, why not sign by Oscar? Now, why did it
He
happen? I
wasn't
don't know.
saying he
Okay.
wasn't trying to fight Kid Austin. Kid
He
Austin was
did.
calling
Yeah,
He
him
said it
yeah,
out.
on
yeah.
Hold
Twitter.
on,
Because
y'all. Let me
Oscar,
He
say
was
this
Listen.
trying
real
to
Hold on.
put
quick.
he
Hold on.
tried
All
to
right.
throw
Hold on.
Hold
Abdullah
on, hold
Mason
on.
in the way when it
Yo.
came to
if,
that.
if
Let me
He wasn't
Schofield, if
trying to fight
Schofield be
Kid
talking
Austin.
shit,
time
Schofield
Hold
be
out.
on.
letting
Let
him
me
Yo.
know.
Let
say
the
this
queen
real
speak.
quick.
Yo. Let
Hold
the
on.
queen
Let me
talk.
say this real quick, and I'm gonna let Ray Davis get it. Listen, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. You can definitely help support the channel by leaving your 2 cents below in the comments or hitting the link and coming and hop on the panel. You can always monetarily support the channel by hitting the Cash App, as you can see scrolling down the bottom of your screen, or you can always leave super chats. Make sure to leave super thanks as you go throughout and watch my videos throughout the week. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and I always appreciate the support that you give to the channel. Okay, Ray, what you got?
All right. First and foremost, let's be clear. Shakur said he will fight any of those dudes. Number one. Number two. He said he was going for undisputed. He wanted the belts. He wanted to fight all the people for the belts. And when they brought Zepeda's name up, and Zepeda called him out after his win against Cabrera, that's when he started talking about Zepeda. Zepeda was never in Shakur's mindset. He was number one in all the sanctions. He could have called out anybody. He chose Shakur that night. After Panda cleared that air that he didn't want to fight Shakur at the moment, Shakur is a bad dude. He then started calling out Tank Davis. That is the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Then after the fact that Shakur left Top Rank because Top Rank did him dirty and not giving him an Navarrete fight for that WBO, then he left, and then that's when he went to look around. He was pursuing a Tank fight, and when he got to the point where he knew that that fight was not going to be solidified due to his interview, and I don't want to keep bringing up Tank because it's not about Tank, it's about Shakur and Zepeda. That's when he signed the Matchroom because he just didn't feel that that was going to be the move to make, and he felt that he being at the zone and closer to Golden Boy, he had an opportunity to make that fight. Now, that part is kind of my synopsis. That's not really guaranteed to be true, but that's the way I feel, and I think that's the way it moved. At the same time, Eddie Hearn has made deals with Golden Boy. He has made deals with Top Rank. He has made deals with PBC. So he has crossed the street at many turns. So to say any. Let me finish, bro. You can have your turn. At any time that you want to say Shakur or Eddie Hearn was not able to make none of these fights, that's fine and dandy. But is it really Eddie Hearn that's not making the fights, or is it the other people that he's trying to get to fight him? At now let's look at the time frame. When he signed to Eddie Hearn, there was not many people available. There wasn't that everybody was tied up in a fight or just came out of a fight. So it wasn't that many fighters available. So you had to pick from the cloth that was there. Now that Zepeda is available, because they were on the same night, right? They fought on the same night. So that time cloth was there. for them to fight this month in November or October. Zepeda's been pulling out these fights, so Zepeda doesn't want this fight. His team doesn't want this fight. And it looks like Zepeda's is getting very angry because this hand thing that came out of nowhere is just crazy. Now, we could talk about it in other senses of why his hand hurt. Maybe what Tevin Farmer said was true. We don't know. I don't want to go down that road until Two Cents turns the channel on that. But that's what I think is going on. Y'all can take it from there.
Let me get Slap Happy Daddy Gorilla P in the building. What's going on, Slap Happy Daddy Gorilla P?
Hey, what's going on, chat?
What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey, look, I really believe that a lot of these younger fighters should take heed to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. And the reason why I say that, I said this before on somebody else's platform, but
Yo, that sound like that too rich dude.
what
Nah,
but
that's
what I'm
somebody else.
saying, listen,
I don't like that nigga.
Errol Spence getting in that car accident, look, whether anybody want to believe it or not, a lot of fights would have been a lot different, and even the Terrence Crawford fight would have been a lot different if he would have been, if he hadn't been in that car wreck and they would have did the fight a little earlier. I think a lot of these, but it's not the fighter's fault. It's a lot of these promoters.
Uh-oh.
You fade now, Slap.
Man, that's that too
Slap
rich nigga,
Happy.
man.
My
The
bad.
Lord
Hello,
taketh
hello.
away.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you now.
All right, but reason why I say that though is because like the business of boxing tries to get everything at a perfect time, but life happens, man. Just like the car accident with Errol Spence, um, and that's not the first time that's happened. It's happened in the past. So I can't think of the fighter name.
Like Paul Williams.
Yeah, his
Oh,
internet connection is
Yeah,
crappy.
circumstance. He's saying bad circumstances can cause things to change in boxing. I got what he's trying to get at. It getting cut
you
off.
keep fading now, Slap Happy.
But what I'm saying though is like, man, they need to take heed to that. Like a lot of good fights can happen, but these promoters want them to happen at a certain time. And it's like the way it's looking to me is like Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, that fight could happen, but they want, and I've heard some powers that be some a couple of interviews, I can't remember, but they were saying something to the effect that they wanted Shakur Stevenson to kind of get his bars up as far as making that fight with Tank Davis because the fight could be bigger if Shakur was bigger. But Shakur Stevenson, now he went and signed with Matchroom, and it's about the bag. I understand these boxers, they got skills, and they don't feel like they making the money they could make. Eddie Hearn has got some boxers to make, couple dollars, not get good fights necessarily, but make some money. But man, look, Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, man, that is the fight to make. But I understand why Shakur Stevenson wants to pay this, trying to get his bars up like they want him to.
Right.
But now this is not going. This particular fight now, it's not gonna happen. I mean, and all signs point to that because now Zepeda done took that fight. He didn't look good. And hey, I don't think, like I say, I don't think it's the fighter. Zepeda is a dog. He won a fight, but the powers that be like, man, nah, look, Tevin Farmer done dropped you. He looked good against you, and as much as I don't want to say like Shakur Stevenson, Terrence Farmer, nah, but Shakur
Mm-mm.
Stevenson against Zepeda, man, look, to me, I mean, this is just my opinion. How Zepeda throws volume in punches, Shakur Stevenson can exploit that easily by countering. And they don't want that to happen. But my whole thing is this, man. The best fight the best. The best fight to make in that division, Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis. Man, that fight, whoever said that earlier, man, hey, look, that fight need to happen. But right now, Tank Davis has a fight schedule. And hey, look, go ahead and make your money, Tank. The circumstances for everything surrounding the situation. Hey, look, go ahead and take that fight. But man, that fight need to happen. And they need to stop dancing around it. It's a lot of other fights, man, that need to happen in boxing. But to me, it's the powers that be, because they're the ones
Well, let
that
me
set
ask y'all.
up the money for the
Okay,
fights.
Yeah.
let me ask y'all a question. So somebody came up here. I think it might have been Big Dog Willie, and he said that call to Shakur Stevenson from Tank Davis' team was like, "Hey, we want to make the fight the end of 25. Get your 2 fights over there with Matchroom. Get your numbers up, and we'll meet. At 25, right?"
It's
So,
possible.
so
Bubba says on the rise. The rise said that. So
Oh,
yeah. So I mean, that makes sense. And
yeah,
you
yeah. So
never
let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. So what I'm asking is, does he just need great performances against anybody? And I mean, now that I'm saying that out loud, I guess that would be we will, because we see how people are responding to Keyshawn Davis and the Limos fight. But what I'm asking is, does he just need good performances against anybody? Like, can he get in there with a Cambosis that's trying to go up to 140, but he'll take a fight at 35 to fight Shakur for the money, even though Cambosis got his ass whooped his last 5 fights? You get what I'm saying? Like, does he just need to
mm.
go in there and stop Cambosis off a stoppage loss from Loma, and people will be like, "Oh, okay," and then another fight? And now I'm asking, with the injury, is he still going to fight just somebody in February, or is his fight going to be pushed out to where now his 2 fight deal is rolling over into 26? Like,
Yeah, it looks
that's
like
Two
what I'm
it.
cents.
wondering.
Two
Well,
cents. Two
you
cents.
asking things
Now,
that
hold on.
we really can't answer those questions. Who he's
Yeah.
going to
Let me.
fight and stuff like that.
Well,
But
Yeah,
because
it
I
sounds like they just want him to get, to get his fights in with some notable names. I don't think it could be anybody.
I
It got to be
disagree.
somebody that's going to boost it. Boost it.
I
What you
disagree.
got,
And
Ray?
two cents.
Who
Hold
the
on.
Pitbull and all these other fighters fight to get the
Hold on.
fight?
Hold on, Ray.
Hold on. Hold on.
Why
I'm
all
about
the
to tap
onus on
out.
Shakur? Shakur got to
What
fight
you got?
somebody, but
What you got,
Pitbull
Ray?
and Rolly.
Them definitely not happen. What you got,
Yeah,
Ray?
I'm about to tap out.
It got to
First of
be like
all,
Loma or Zepeda, somebody like that.
Go
listen,
ahead, Ray.
I wouldn't doubt that he has to get one of those fights before the year's up, or a unification of some sorts. But I do have to say this. I think with him signing to Matchroom, that exposes him to the world. And I think the exposure is what they're saying. Not so much of him being locked up in Top Rank, which is really just, uh, I'm not saying they're not global, but you know what I mean? The market's really here in the United States, where he could be global with Eddie Hearn, and he can fight overseas. He can get more notability fighting in England, fighting in Riyadh, fighting in Australia, wherever the case may be. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make him some type of star where his name is significant. By him doing that, that brings more people to the table when that fight happens. It makes that fight bigger. It doesn't necessarily have to be the top of the top, the cream of the crop type fight. It could just be somebody, and that just helps him get his name up globally. Then after that, he could take on a notable fight as a Loma, a Maratala.
But not, well, hold on, real quick. One question, not to cut you off, but don't you become a big name and face in the country that you in, then you branch out, versus the other way
I think
around?
Shakur is a big name. We're all talking about him, so he's already a big name here. He
YouTube.
Man, how
for
can
any
how can you
Yeah,
get
for any.
known
that's why I
How,
globally by
understand why they
beating a
don't try to
nobody
go
though?
ahead
It
First of
and
got to
all,
be
hold
somebody
on,
with a
hold
name.
on, Tom,
No, go ahead,
hold
Ray.
on.
Go ahead, Ray.
So
Finish up.
for him not to be a big name, first of all, he's an Olympic star for the United States. He won a
Yeah,
silver medal, so everybody knows who he is right from the gate. So anybody that says he's not a big enough star is bugging. They're just using that to slow him down somewhere and putting roadblocks in his way. He's already a big enough star, just from the
yeah,
Olympic caliber. He's undefeated. He's unified champion. He's a 3 division champion. He has the accolades. Now he needs a global positioning. He needs to get out there and make a name for himself globally. That's what's going to help him get more money in the bag when he comes back to fight as a Zepeda, Aloma, like I said, a Muratalla or whoever else is on his radar, and that could be the next big fight, even if it's
But it's not
Cambosis.
that easy to become a global star. He's not gonna do that in 2 fights, Ray.
Well,
Yeah, why you gotta jump through
well,
all these hoops to fight Tank, bro?
I'm
Yeah,
not
meanwhile,
saying
Tank
this
fight
is
Roach.
hold on,
Tank will
time out.
listen, Tank.
See, this is hold on, freaking, don't do that because that wasn't me making this assumption. This was me answering the question to 2 cents.
No,
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
I'm not
let's be
speaking.
clear.
I'm not saying
You
that to
just
what
cut
you're
the other
saying.
dude
I'm
off,
just
though.
saying,
Oh,
period.
why?
Why
Oh,
would they even try to send him to? You got to do this, do that, in the third, and then we'll fight you. You know
yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying? That's
you saying
crazy.
Tank
Well, it
said. I don't
probably
know. I don't
wasn't
know.
like that. It probably was like, well, it could be like, well, you already signed over there. Get your numbers up, and when you're done, we'll fight because you already got a 2-fight deal with them.
But imagine
They
having
didn't send
Why he
him
Roach
got to
over
get his
That
there.
shouldn't
numbers
that
on
up?
your
matter.
record,
That shouldn't
and you telling
matter though.
somebody like Shakur to go do something.
At the end of
Nobody
the day,
told
that
him to
shouldn't
go
matter.
do nothing.
You said what?
At the end of
Why
the
he got to get his
at,
numbers up? Roach
hold
ain't get
on.
his numbers up.
Listen,
None of that
listen.
matters,
Hold
guys.
on.
None of
Go
that
ahead, Ray.
matters.
Go ahead. Let
At
Ray
the end of the
finish.
day, none of that matters because they're both professional boxers. They both have their own belts. They can unify. It doesn't matter. That's the promotional companies getting in the way of the fight. The fighters want to fight. If they want to fight, let them fight.
No,
See,
I agree with you. I agree with you.
these guys are all worried about
Absolutely, Ray.
protecting their fighters, and that's what it comes down to, and that's what we're
I ain't gonna
missing.
lie, but y'all
We're
gotta
missing
Yep.
the
stop
big
moving the
points.
goalposts, though.
I
What
agree. I
goalpost is
agree.
being moved?
I'm
What
gonna tell you
goalpost is
why.
being moved?
I'm gonna tell you why, right?
I answered the question. I answered
I'm gonna
another
tell you
question. What
why.
goalpost?
Listen. I'm answering a
Please.
question. What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all today, bro? Like, y'all answer a question. Ask a question that I'm trying to answer. You cut me off. Like, answer another question. What I'm saying is, Shakur got on Twitter and threatened to retire because he didn't get the Navarrete fight. Mind you, nobody said nothing about Navarrete moving up from 130 to 135. Everybody said that was a good fight for Shakur, right? You look at Cordina, he gets knocked out at 130, moves up to 135, and everybody's saying, "Oh, that was a good fight. That was a tune-up." So my thing is this, right? Roach first 15 fights was at 135. He's already on the same side of the street with PBC. He's a champion, easy fight to make, right?
He's with Pro Box.
I mean, he fought Hector Luis Garcia
He said,
on
I mean,
PBC.
You sound
I don't
like you
know.
trying to
he
defend
talking
Roach
about
being at
moving the
at
goalposts.
Okay. All
130.
right.
No, I'm asking.
Thank you.
What I'm
Thank
saying
you.
is this, right?
I got you. I
Look,
understand where you're coming
frequent.
from, but
Look, frequent. You saying that Roach is at 130, but his first 15 fights is at 135, bro.
Bro, you said that. I
okay.
didn't mention
Go
nothing
ahead.
about him being
You
at
said he
Right.
defended
130.
Roach,
That's
bro.
what you
You
Hold
ain't say
on.
that?
heard. I
All right.
said that when did Roach get his numbers up? Because we was talking about numbers. We not
No, I'm
talking
saying you
about
didn't just
him
say
being
that.
at
Why am I
130.
thinking that
We're
Roach
talking
got?
about them telling Shakur he has to get his numbers
Again,
up. I'm
frequent.
saying
I'm
that.
asking
So
you.
I only pick Roach because Roach is the next fight. That's the next person he's fighting.
All I'm
So
saying
when
is,
did he get
Supreme's a
his
master
numbers
at
up?
moving the goalposts.
I'm not
listen.
saying
All
nothing
I'm
about
saying is
him
this,
being
right?
at 130.
When the
One
Roach
mic.
fight
One
was
Listen.
mic.
announced,
Y'all,
everybody
yeah.
said he's picking on somebody moving up in weight. Cordina gets knocked out,
Bro,
obliterated.
I didn't say anything about nobody
Bro, I'm
moving up in
addressing
weight. That's your
everybody,
conscious
bro.
saying that, bro.
I'm addressing everybody, bro.
They
Who
address
on this
everybody.
panel said that? Nobody on this panel said
Hold on,
anything
frequent.
negative about him
He
coming
he
from
not
130,
he's
Yeah.
bro.
speaking in general.
He's
He's
moving the
speaking in general.
goalposts as
But
usual.
yes,
He moving the goalposts because
He
nobody
definitely
even
switched
said
Let him
stadiums.
anything
talk.
about
Let him
Roach
talk.
being
Let
at
him talk.
130.
Let him
Yeah,
talk.
you
Go
switched
ahead, Big
stadiums, bro.
Supreme. Go ahead, Big Supreme.
Nah,
Finish up.
you got it. You got it. You got
Oh,
it.
okay. VA Money Group. We ain't heard from you. What you got?
Some guy, I don't know which one, but some guy was talking about how like we're up here talking about Shakur and what he needs to do, and right when Zepeda just ducked, right? So Zepeda gets no smoke from nobody on the panel, while we're talking about Shakur needs to do this and do that. We're like being critical of him and why he signed with this guy and not that, and what his next move should be. I feel like, man, like this is what I always talk about when I say that, a lot of these guys that claim that they're boxing fans, they need to go find another sport, because if Zepeda was black, there's no way he could get away with that. And
Absolutely.
the reason why he couldn't get away with that is because how critical black fans, quote unquote fans, are of their fighters. We're talking shit about the best fighter in the world is Shakur Stevenson, one of the best.
Okay,
We're
let me
and that,
respond to you.
Cook.
Hold on, VA Money. Hold on, real quick. Let me
He
say
was
this.
cooking.
Nobody, or at least my intent for
Go
this
ahead, two
conversation
cents.
is not to be. This is no talking down and talking bad about Shakur, none of that. And everybody is on here roasting Zepeda. because number one, people already roasting you because you got beat up by Farmer, and number two, this is your alleged third time ducking Shakur Stevenson. What we're saying, or at least what I'm trying to say, is after everything you said, he's ducked you twice. Oscar has already said, if you want the fight, sign to me. And then he says, you a talented kid, but I don't want to sign you. And all of these things, why wouldn't you think that fight would be a little bit more difficult to make, that it just wasn't going to be 100% made with all of that? And so with that going on, my next question is, who is he going to fight? I'm not telling him who he should fight. And I'm saying Matchroom doesn't really even have any 35 pounders. So who is he going to fight? And then him and Kambosos have been going back and forth on Twitter. So I'm like, is he going to fight Kambosos next? And that led me to my next question is, in order for him to get his numbers up, does it matter who he fights, or do he just need to put on a good performance? Nobody is
That's what I
down
heard.
talking or doing any of that. I'm just asking questions, and we just having boxing talk and seeing what's going to be next.
That's exactly what I heard.
I mean, who else can you fight though? Cordina. That's who else?
I mean, is Cordina
Martalis.
still available?
Martal
Mortale
Martellus
on top rank.
available. It doesn't matter. He's in the WBC. There's an
But
opportunity
Ray,
for
let
him to
me
get the
ask you a
belt.
question.
I mean,
Do you think Bob is going to make fights with top ranked fighters with Shakur when he just turned them down for, you know what I'm saying? He just
Well,
walked away from them.
it depends on the bag, and it depends on what if it's going to be on a Riyadh card, like Turkey's trying to make it. If it's not a Riyadh card, no,
I
because
can
they're
see
both
that.
they're
I can see that.
yeah. I don't think so, but I think if it's a Riyadh card and the money's right, Bob will make the fight happen.
Murtala will probably be the best fight for him right now.
Yeah, I agree. But if that fight, like you said, if that fight gonna get made, 'cause that's the problem.
No,
Yeah, the
no.
powers that be. Yeah, I don't
Mexican
know if they
fighters are
gonna.
protected. Mexican fighters are protected. Those fights don't get made.
their fans are their number one protectors. The problem is, when it's a black fighter, like the VA said, we're overly critical whenever they duck. And then like right now, what we're doing, rather than getting on Zepeda's helmet and just keeping it strictly at that for ducking, we're coming up with reasons what Shakur could have did to make sure Zepeda didn't duck him, which is like asinine.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
that's,
it's
that's
just
what I'm
really,
saying.
it's just
I'm
confusing to
I
me.
don't
The
I
champion,
I
the
think
champion, yeah, the champion getting hurt. Yeah, that makes no sense, man. That's why I was getting hot about that.
I agree. I agree with everything y'all just said. Yeah, it should be about Zepeda duck in the conversation. But the star of the
Absolutely.
show is going to be Shakur. You know what I mean? We're trying to figure out which Shakur wants to go next. That's what the question that Chusett wants. She already knows about the Zepeda situation. Y'all
All
built
right,
on that
so
earlier when she first brought y'all up.
let's go
You sound like
Cambosos
to
then.
me people was asking
Cambosos
why
good.
did Shakur go somewhere else when he could have, went to Oscar De La Hoya.
Let's do
That's
No, they
why.
Cambosos.
weren't.
Let's do Cambosos. Cambosos is good, former champion, solid fighter. You know, crossroads fight for him. We know he's looked good before he's upset Teofimo. So I like the Cambosos fight.
I don't want that fight. That fight sucks.
Yeah, that fight's terrible.
I feel
I'm
it.
sorry.
I
Wait,
I
mean,
want, I
I
want,
mean,
Cambosis for who?
even at a stay busy fight, man. But you know what? We might be stuck with that.
Cambosis
but
for who?
Kimbosis is ranked high enough to fight him. I
No, I'm
mean,
saying for
Oh,
who?
my
For
for
bad. Paid
Shakur?
in
Shakur.
full. Hold on, y'all. We had paid in full in the building. Listen, sometimes y'all, like sometimes on this um thing, another row will pop up and then I won't see y'all. So just make sure y'all write in the comment chat or put in the chat somewhere. Like I'm in the back. I promise I'm not ignoring y'all. Paid in full. What's going on? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
What's going on, Twisted? I'm just saying here to tap with y'all, man. Not specific.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, before we get off the show tonight, let me switch gears and switch topics if y'all want to. About the Clarissa Shields situation. I just got off of another panel where we were discussing this. And I'm just curious, just real quick, run around the panel and see, what y'all 2 cents about it is. Because I just dropped a video about it. I hope y'all go and watch it. But I honestly feel like there's some type of concerted effort to try to kind of passively aggressively overlook, I don't want to say diminish Clarissa Shields, but to overlook her and kind of place Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor accomplishments over her and make it seem like I don't know, like and just what's the word? Diminish
I know what you're trying to
her
Classify.
say.
accomplishments and what she's done for the sport. And that's the whole point that I was trying to make. Like, I get it. People don't like her personality. People don't like that she call out men in the box. She too loud. She too this and she too that.
This is
But
a confident black woman, and that's what it is. Who beats
and
everybody's ass.
and so and I understand her when it's like y'all want to mention things and make lists or whatever and leave me out, and I have a problem with that. Some should say something, sometimes she shouldn't say nothing. Sometimes I feel she's justified in what she's saying, and that's just how it is, and that's just her personality. But I think they try to classify everything she does as hate because they don't like her personality. Like, it overshadows the point that she's trying to make, which is how I feel about this situation, is that she's trying to make a point, because to say Amanda Serrano and Kayla Taylor was the most watched women's fight in history, which is technically true, but it was the most watched fight on the Jake Paul Tyson undercard. And the point Clarissa Shields is trying to make was like, no, I'm the most watched women's event. We headlined it. Everybody was there for us. Everybody wanted to see us do the fight. Like, that's the point I'm trying to make, because can Mario Barrios go to his next contract and negotiation deal be like, hey, I had 50 million people watch my last fight? Can he
I
do
mean,
that? Up
2
them
technically,
cents.
numbers.
he could ask for more
Was
money just for the money for the bag he made. You know what I mean? His value just went up. So if he fights Boots, he's gonna make more money, right? Um, as far as Clarissa Shields, there's two sides of this coin. As women for women's boxing, I think this was great for women's boxing, and I think she should literally take a step back and accept it for women's boxing as a sport growing and it being shown to the world and seeing what they can do in the ring, as opposed to us hating on the two fighters that were in there. Now, to just say that Clarissa Shield has great points, she
Hold on,
does,
wait. Let me
but
let me respond to that about the hating on the two women that were in there, right? So I watched the interview right after the fight. Clarissa Shields did the interview. She wasn't doing no hating. She didn't say anything about that. The issue became when Cameron made a conversation that they had public, and people start attacking her, making it seem like she felt some type of way about the numbers, and then she had to start defending herself. And
Right.
then you had Katie Taylor and all them. Oh, I thought it was about women's boxing, but I guess it's just about you. We trying to big up the sport, when
it's
that's the point I'm
but is
trying
she
to make. Is
wrong?
like, y'all don't like her personality, so y'all trying to spin
Okay,
this like y'all
now I
spinning
hear
this.
you.
That's not what she's saying. And
Okay, so I hear you, two cents. So you're saying that
wait,
she
did
had a
she
private
say something
conversation.
first?
She hold on, time out. Let me see. She had a private conversation that was leaked out. Regardless, in that private conversation were things that were showing signs of disagreeing what took place with her being there about the numbers.
but
So
it was a
therefore, there
private conversation
it
though.
doesn't it's still her showing her expression towards that event. So there was some animosity there for her to even have that conversation and build on that for that topic. What I'm saying is, regardless of it leaking out or however it got out, she said it. These are her words.
But
So
it
at the end
wasn't
of the
even
day,
about the event, and that's what I'm saying. What she was talking about
it
was
was about
something.
women's boxing, right? So
Yeah,
what I'm
she was
saying
talking
is
about
because
something
she
completely different though.
okay, but she feels that she was undermined, right? I get that. And it also feels that the shine that this fight got is undermining her as well. And she built on that after the fact. So these are all things that are in her head and things she really wanted to say that she didn't say because she's programmed to be right, politically correct, and say the right things about women boxing. It is what it is. But she is saying the wrong things at the time.
Nah,
So
I
at
disagree
the
with
end of
that.
the
She
day,
was in
This
private
no,
conversation.
Nah.
You
hold on,
gotta
hold on,
this
understand.
what
hold
Go
on. I'm
ahead,
not.
go ahead,
Hold
Ray.
on. I'm not
Hey,
even
Ray.
done. I'm
Hey,
not
two
even
cents,
done.
I'm out of
Now
here.
that's
Two
that's
cents, I'm
just
about
me
to get out of
responding.
here.
That's just me responding to you real quick. But I was saying that I also understand where she's coming from. I don't have a really a good take on this, a good point to even merit this because I think it's just two things that just happened and it got dragged in from an outside source. So I think Clarissa has a good point to stand on what she's talking about. I do agree with what you said, how you let this in. I was just saying how I started. I always start with the negative and then I go into where we agree at. I got to start with the disagreement. But I
Okay.
do agree with most of the other things you said. Um, actually, everything you said, because I do think that there was some type of pushback and they are trying to target her. Um, she's been getting targeted for a while now, and I think this is just something that's just becoming maybe her getting tired of it and she's just lashing out. but she has to have some self control too as a professional. And I think that's, sometimes you just have to deal with the things that come, the shots that come, and she's not, and it doesn't look good for her.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I'm gonna
think
maybe
jump off
not,
though.
according to
Since
who?
I'm
yeah,
out of here,
maybe not. But
I'm about to
why
get
you?
out of here.
Go ahead, Big Dog Willie. What you
Salute,
got?
bro. Salute.
I'm about to get out of here, but we love the show. Peace and love to everybody on the panel.
All right, thanks, Big Dog Willie.
And
Who
Salute,
else?
big
Who
dog.
coming up?
Peace,
Salute.
peace.
Prophet Hacker wants to get up.
All right, who got next? Who want to
Big
say something?
Supreme. What was you saying,
But
Big
no, hold on,
Supreme?
Supreme Cam. What's your 2 cents? You been up here. You ain't said nothing.
Yeah, what I wanted to say, I agree with you 2 cents on the whole Clarissa Shields thing or whatever, because like it really wasn't her fault. And then with the camera thing, she done been on this show, right?
Mm-hmm.
I well,
I don't know.
whatever. Okay, so they got a close relationship or whatever to be texting back and forth or whatever like that. But
Yeah, DM.
it's a closed conversation. So if you're having a conversation with your partner, no matter who that is, you're gonna be real with them on what it is on your end. So she never expected that to come out. But I think this whole backlash that Clarissa is getting is just from her past expressions on things, like just what she be saying and then how she come off like towards men. And I get you said that it's competitive. This is just the backlash she getting from just how she come off to everybody else.
Her
This really
personality,
wasn't,
yeah.
yeah, her
Yeah.
personality, yeah. She really wasn't in the wrong here in this instance right here, and she just kind of left with defending herself, like. But this should just kind of tell her that, like, from what you've been pushing out to the public, like, we really don't fool with you just based on how you coming off. You know what I'm saying? I understand it's just being you or whatever, but this is what you get when you come off like that in them past instances from what she originally been doing.
Right, right. Shout out to Thomas Hill. We got Thomas Hill on the panel. Hill,
Tommy, what up?
what you got for the show?
Oh, shoot, man. I saw the bubbles popping, and, we popping bubbly, so I just want to come and pop up. Respect to the great
Hey,
sister
put a
that
2 in the
come.
chat if you like the background. Put a 2 in the chat. Let me know how y'all feel about it.
Oh, let me
Go
put
ahead.
that 2 up in the chat. Let me put that 2 up in the chat. Because I loves that mother. There you go. Fight on. And on top of that, I'm not going to really hold too much angst against Clarissa because she always feel like she got to fight for her respect, even though she'll tell you exactly how much respect she deserves because she'll gladly list off her accomplishments. I do think that she does backslide often in a sneak type of way, and she probably don't even try to. It's probably just subconscious, but she is actually telling the truth. Like nobody has headlined more viewed fight from a woman's standpoint than she has. Now, at the same time, I'm gonna tell you like this, and I'm gonna be honest. If they want to claim that fight, they want to push it however they want to do it. I'm with it because if I turn into a fight and that is just straight garbage, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn that Mickey freaking go check something else, especially on a Saturday because college football is playing. It might be some college basketball. It could be anything. But those eyes stayed on that screen because of the action that they saw in the ring, and you gotta give them respect too because they kept eyes until the main event. Now, granted, most people tuning in because they know Tyson is there. They're hoping to see him knock out a YouTuber. But at the same time, man, I mean, I just don't think that we should be for especially us as a people. We don't need to be dragging down our own people. We got the world dragging us down on a regular basis. Why do we have to join in? Make figure just
Facts.
hey, if she gotta say what she gotta say, let her say it. And if
All right, let
somebody
me hit
feel
the super
differently,
chat real quick. Let me hit the super chat real quick. We got Boxing Hacker with the $10 in the super chat. He says the DM wasn't about the event. It was about the first Taylor fight, and Cam said Taylor had the highest amount of views with 1.5 million, but he was wrong because Shield versus Marshall had over 2 million views. Shout out to Boxing Hacker coming through with the facts today. Boxing Hacker, you be a whole different person over here on my channel, bro. I don't know if you know.
and maybe act right when you're around women.
I
You gonna have
don't
to
know
keep
if
them
you
up. You gonna have to
know.
keep the
You
good
be
women.
having people on the panel agreeing with
I
you and
always see
everything.
Hacker always when it's not regarding Haney, or Tank or Shakur, like he
Shakur.
has good like perspectives.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah.
if it's
Anything
on
Shout out
those
considered
Boxing
three,
tank
Nation.
is
then
gonna
his
always have a
logic goes
chance.
out the window.
Shout out A Sosin. Shout
You
out
are
Mule in the
absolute truth.
building. Says Clarissa didn't show sympathy for her family KO that old trainer after the press conference.
And I was gonna say something too.
I mean, how do you know she didn't show sympathy?
So yeah, that was weird for him to say. But when it comes to Clarissa, I do support her in the sense that the conversation was private and Cam kind of leaked it. I think that was kind of corny.
Yeah,
She shouldn't get as much backlash as she's getting, and I do believe that she's in the conversation as the female GOAT, but Serrano's not far behind, and that's all I really got to say really on that.
That's bullshit.
Why you
Uh,
say that's bullshit?
listen, in regards to female boxing,
Uh huh.
Clarissa Shields stands alone, and she's
Absolutely.
miles better than anything you've ever seen. To excluding nobody.
All right,
The
so this is my thing
backlash
with
that
her,
let me
Serrano.
Wait,
finish.
when you
Let me
say
finish.
that, you mean you
Let me
mean as far
finish.
as her accomplishments, right?
Anything, any
I thought
skills,
his whole point was
anything.
she was close
The
behind.
only
really?
the only way that you the only way that you can compete with Clarissa Shields is by popularity.
Hold on,
That's
hold on,
it.
hold on. Shout out Just Do Boxing. He say, "Peace, Queen. You was cooking on AM Sports Panel." Shout out Just Do Boxing. You know, I just be up there having fun.
Hey, but
I
she be
really
cooking,
do.
having fun though. That's
Jerry,
the best
Jerry,
time to give
Jerry,
her
Jerry
food.
light work. He light work. But go
Easy
ahead,
work.
VA Money.
Now, I was just saying that the only way to compete with Clarissa Shields is through likability and popularity. That's it. Like
I disagree with
numbers,
that.
views, buys. That's it. I've known her from Amanda Serrano since she was fighting MMA. Right. This is like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. She's never been a popular fighter, even though she has an exciting style. But nobody cares. Nobody cared about women's boxing in this country until Clarissa Shields. Period. I used to live in the UK.
Exactly. I
I used to
Bro,
live
just
in
come
the
on
said
now.
UK.
that.
I
Nah,
I
bro.
disagree
I,
with
just
that,
I
bro.
used
said
to live in
that.
the UK. I used to
I
live in the
disagree.
UK. I
Highly
remember
disagree.
I remember
Oh,
when
that's
Katie Taylor
facts.
her rise. I remember Katie Taylor's rise. Katie Taylor she's been manufactured. Everything about her is manufactured. She's lost several fights, several of them, but
I
she
agree
gets
with
the
that.
decision. That's how
Bro,
it works.
I agree
What
with that.
about Layla and Ann Wolf and all of them? You saying nobody cared about
No,
them
it's
fighting?
no. Look, this is what we mean when we say that. Because somebody
In
said
my
the same thing
lifetime,
earlier. Somebody responded to me the same way earlier. When I say it wasn't that nobody cared. After Clarissa Shields won those two gold medals back to back, it was a shift and a wave, and there were more people paying attention. And when Clarissa came in, she was advocating for the more pay. She was advocating for the more rounds. She was out here talking and
So
advocating and
Serrano's
doing
not in the
all the talking
conversation.
Yeah,
and doing all that.
she put
She
in
was
work for
putting it on. She
boxing.
was doing all of that, and then Jake Paul swooped in and got with Amanda Serrano, and now all of a sudden they're getting the 3 minute rounds. They're able to implement it and do all of these things, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's almost like
You don't think
a
Serrano's up
But
there?
I'm saying
I'm not
before
saying
that though,
she's
dog.
not.
y'all talking about nowadays
Listen.
I'm talking
fighters.
about VA, not your 2 cents.
Y'all just talking about
Listen.
current fighters, right? Because I don't think that Clarissa Shields was more popular than Layla Ali.
She might have
She
not been.
won
Let's not
two
include.
gold
Layla's a YouTube
medals.
fighter. Layla's she
You
doesn't
talking
count.
about gold
She doesn't
medals
count.
though?
She doesn't count. She doesn't count. No,
That
she
don't,
wasn't real.
But
she
we not
wasn't
talking.
real.
Layla wasn't real.
I'm done, bro.
No,
He's
Come
tripping.
on,
no.
man.
I'm
The
done. You
the
got it.
I watched her fights. I watched her fights when she was fighting. I watched her fights.
You
Dog, she
got
was
it,
All
bro.
fighting
right, so
mugs.
look,
She was
VA.
fighting mugs that dog. The
I get what he's
competition
saying
they
though.
have
I get
now,
what
the
he's saying.
competition they have then, and she didn't even fight the guys that like you guys think that the other people that were supposed to be great at the time. She didn't fight them, right? She was fighting some old like washed up ladies and stuff. That shit, dog.
All right,
What
so what I'm
Clarissa
saying
still
with
say? She say she fought a bunch of strippers and housewives.
So you
Mm.
think that the strippers and housewives that she fought is not enough? That I mean, I think that if she fought Clarissa's resume, she'd still be undefeated. She'd
No.
be stinking.
She used to stop people, bro.
She'd
for
be
sure.
stinking.
She used to
5'11".
stop
Facts.
Nah,
people.
y'all gotta put some respect on Clarissa.
Y'all gotta put some
I
respect
put
Ain't
on
mad
like,
Layla and
respect
Yo,
on
Clarissa
that,
now.
crazy,
but I think you got to
Clarissa
put
is the
respect on
goat to
Layla.
me. She's the GOAT to me, bro. You,
But
you don't
but
gotta
y'all
tell me
not
to put no respect
because
on her
but
name,
this is
but
what
to
I'm saying. Can
discredit
you
Layla
listen?
Ali and
But
Ann
let me
Wolf,
say
and
this.
Yeah,
come on,
Let me
bro.
I
say
think
this. Let
Clarissa
me say
washes
this.
Layla Ali. I'll say that.
Hold on, NHA. Let
She
me say
washes
this.
Layla Ali.
And VA Money Group, he on my panel all the time, damn near every time I come live. And I don't really talk about the race angle in boxing a lot, even though I get it. But y'all gotta understand, like, there, in my opinion, there's clearly a race angle here. And y'all can't tell me y'all don't see the agenda
No, I agree with that.
to passively, aggressively just kind of like diminish what because could you imagine if Amanda Serrano was a two-time Olympian, three division
Oh
undisputed in
yeah,
15 fights?
that's
Could you imagine? Could you imagine the press she would get? She'll be on every list they put up. I don't give a damn if it's men on there too. She would be mentioned every time anything about great in boxing was talked about. In my opinion, I feel like she would be mentioned.
No,
yeah.
that's a
And they
fact. That ain't
don't
no
do
opinion. That's a
Clarissa
fact.
Shields like that. And y'all want to tell me it's because of her attitude and all of that. That ain't got nothing to do with what she's accomplished.
Yeah,
Now,
It
I,
don't
all
got
right, so
yeah,
nothing
look,
to
see,
do
this
with
is
it.
my
We just
thing,
speaking
right?
yeah.
in
You can't take
attitude
nothing away from
or
her accomplishments, but do you think that she would have beat Ann Wolf though?
I don't
Yes.
know.
Yep,
That's a hypothetical.
Yeah,
easily,
should be Ann Wolf. Should be
easily.
All right, so
everybody.
look,
You think she'll beat Ann Wolf, Layla Ali, and
Yes.
Yes.
all of them fighters from back
Yes.
Yes.
then?
All
Yep.
look,
of them.
Yes.
addressing VA,
Skill
right?
wise,
Who's just talking?
Go ahead,
That
I
Mr.
was
think
P.
that
that
was
was, that
All right,
was
so
somebody
let me
speaking.
let me let
Florida
me address VA. But the reason why I said Serrano's not far behind, like I said, she's the seventh division champion, won 9 major world titles. She's the first WBO super champion for female boxing. She won Fight of the Year 2 times. She's been undisputed as well. So like for you to say like she's not in the same
and fought in
conversation is
MMA.
crazy. Not only that, I get that Clarissa was pushing for 3 minute rounds. Serrano did it first though. So we're not gonna sit here and say Serrano don't got a argument to be the female goat as well. That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
I
listen. My
don't
Hey,
think
point.
to
she do
me,
got an
all
argument to be the she don't got an
hey,
I
argument in
think
my
she do.
opinion.
I think
She
she's in the
doesn't. It's not
conversation.
even close, dog. When I
All
said
right.
it, I'm actually talking about skills as well. Like I'm not just talking about stuff that you read off of Wikipedia or off of BoxRec. Oh, she had this
facts,
belt at that
facts.
time. She had a belt. Like dog, she fought Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor is a good fighter, but she's not she's not unbeatable. And we saw all the holes in Serrano's game. She plods forward. Her feet are
Serrano's
bad.
38 though, bro. You gotta put that in context too. It's not like
Katie
she's a
Taylor's damn near
20.
40,
Bro,
bro.
Katie
Katie
Taylor was
Taylor's
headbutting she was
She was
headbutting her, bro.
headbutting that girl the whole fight, bro.
my point is this. Serrano, I love Serrano. I'm a fan of Serrano. I've been a fan of Serrano 10 years, dog. Like she has an action she has an action packed style. But what I'm saying is she's not anywhere near as good as Clarissa Shields. It's not even a thing that I would debate with anybody, dog. I wouldn't. This is not a debate. Clarissa Shields is the
I
best,
think it is a
and
debate,
Serrano
bro.
is
I'm
not.
not gonna lie to you.
It's
I think it's a debate.
Come on,
she's a
the
she's an
between
exciting
Clarissa
fighter.
Shields and Serrano.
She's an exciting
How's it
fighter, dog.
not? I just listed just a few of our accomplishments.
But what about
So
skill
we
level though? I get the accomplishments, cool, but what about skill level?
We'll never
I
know
mean, we'll never
unless
know.
they
Who
meet
did
at
Clarissa really fight?
Yeah, we
147,
do.
bro. They
We
got to
can
meet
see
at
it.
147.
What you mean? We never know. We see a display.
We see it.
I don't
You
know,
Come
see
on,
man.
what? What we
y'all. You
see,
Y'all,
think
bro?
y'all.
Amanda
What we
Serrano
see?
more
Listen,
skillful than
The
Clarissa
skill
listen.
Shields?
level is
This
Now I didn't
embarrassing.
this
say
is
she's
why
more skilled. I said the
this is why
accomplishments.
I
I feel like
always
puts her
go
in the
off.
conversation.
This is why I always go off on these panels, man. Because what 2 Cents said, like I was waiting for you to say it, 2 Cents, because like when you brought up this topic, like I was laughing because this is what I say every panel. Like these niggas up here, bro, they're trying to be unbiased. Oh, Amanda Serrano, she's good too. It's like no, fuck that shit, bro. Fuck Amanda Serrano for real. You know what I mean?
Hold
Dead
on. Shout
ass,
out
dog.
to Tony's reviews in the building. Tony reviews, but hold on. Let me say something.
That's
VA Money
crazy
Group
to
and then
say she's
Tony's
not in the
reviews. I'm
same
gonna let you get your two
conversation.
cents.
Yeah, he
What'd you
wilding,
say,
bro.
Mr. Prince?
Yeah.
But I mean that's about the whole race thing. Like I do feel like that's a component of it. I'm not saying that's the whole thing, but like I get it. Amanda Serrano got accomplishments too, but if you told somebody what Clarissa Shields did, like it sounds made up, bro. It sounds made up. Nobody ever will ever be able to duplicate that. It just won't happen, male or female.
How you can't put no absolute on it like that though.
Man, it will.
You really
Nobody
can't.
will ever win 2 gold medals, become professional, and be 3-time undisputed in 3 different weight divisions in 15 fights.
I mean, it's possible. That's possible. My only debate about Clarissa Shields, on top of her accomplishments, is that when I'm watching Clarissa Shields, she has the best skills of any female I've ever seen in my life, and it's not
Look,
even
Thank
but
you.
close.
It's not
that's
even
what I was
close.
gonna say. That's what I was
Thank
gonna
you.
say too, though. The accomplishments, you know what I'm saying? Even if somebody wasn't able to get those accomplishments that she got, that don't mean that you won't somebody more skilled won't come along though.
Yeah,
That
they're
don't mean
gonna
that
have to. They're
that don't mean
growing
that
up
she
right
beats
now.
everybody else though.
They're growing up right now, and they're probably gonna fight her and beat her when she's well out of her prime. Nobody currently is beating her.
Okay.
Oh,
Period.
nah,
Well, she don't
nah.
got nobody around her weight class that's,
Yeah, she don't, but
anybody of a threat to her is gonna have to meet her in the middle somewhere. And it seemed like she don't want to do that.
So
What are you
Said
So
she,
you
she
talking
want
said
about?
me
she
to?
willing to come down to
You want that?
147.
So
What are
you
you
want me to
talking about?
come down and you want me to put myself at? This is the
Look,
thing.
people getting hyped,
You
yo.
Because
What you
I'm
talking about? What you
hold on.
talking
One
about?
mic. One
like
mic.
this is ridiculous what I'm
hey,
hearing right
hey,
now.
can I
Like
say this?
I cannot hold
Hold
on, hold
on.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
My
hold on,
bad.
hold on.
Hold on,
First
Tony
of
Go
all,
ahead, go
reviews.
ahead.
Tony reviews.
first
Let
of
me say
all,
this and then I'm gonna let you go, Tony reviews.
all right.
Damn, y'all made me forget what I was gonna say. No fighter currently is beating Clarissa Shields, and this is the thing. Just because I'm great, I have to put myself at a disadvantage to fight people that y'all perceive can believe me. No, I'm not doing that unless I really want to. You want? I just fought at what one? What she just fought at 170, whatever she just fought at. You want me to go all the way down to 147 for what? No, I'm not doing that. Go ahead, Tony review. Oh, hold on. We got
Okay,
Terrence
okay.
Best Videos in the building. Shout out Terrence Best Videos. We're gonna let
All right.
Tony review go, and then Terrence Best Videos. You can get your 2 cents off. Go ahead, Tony review.
Yeah. I'm about to be extremely long-winded with this. Okay, first and foremost, I'm gonna
Oh
say
no, you can't be long winded because I get cut off, bro.
I just got on the panel, so now I'm about to drop my 2 cents. So here we go.
Go ahead. Y'all let him talk. Don't cut him off.
Shields is a very good fighter. Do not get me wrong, but I'm not going to compare her to Serrano because Serrano is a 7 division champion, and truth be told, should be an 8 division undisputed champion right now. Because for the second time, she was robbed against Katie Taylor for the second time. But I digress. We'll only go with what the record says. The difference in between Clarissa Shields, and I'm not saying Serrano was better. We're just talking about strictly facts, right? When you look at Serrano, she started as a super flyweight. She went up 7 weight classes to become a champion at light welter, and then she was just fighting Katie Taylor, which was 2 above where she already was. So again, you're talking about a girl who started at the bottom weight and went up 7. When you look at Shields, she started at 168. She went down in weight to become undisputed. She went down in weight. Boxers go up to fight the bigger, stronger people. They don't go down to fight people that they're bigger than and stronger than. That's what Shields did. So when you look at it, yes, she was the fastest to become undisputed in multiple weight classes. Give it to her all day. But let's put it in context. She did it against much smaller women who she was supposed to beat. On top of that, moving past that, when you look at Shields, if you're going to talk about popularity in the 2 million, first off and foremost, we can look at what Shields did because Shields is not what blew up women's boxing for this era. Before her, it was Layla Ali by far. She transcended boxing. People all over the world knew who she was. This era, it was Katie Taylor. Now I'm about to prove a point in this.
So hold on.
Hold on. I'm about to prove my point.
Wait, hold on. Not to cut you off. People all over the world don't know Clarissa Shields.
I don't know.
Not to
got
the
2
extent
gold
that people
medals.
knew Layla Ali is a superstar, though.
There's a lot of
Okay,
people
go
in
ahead.
America. There's a lot of people in America who don't know who Shields is.
Go ahead.
I could go everywhere and ask them about Layla, and they all know who she is. I don't care if you go to a white neighborhood, black neighborhood, Mexican neighborhood, Asian neighborhood, they all know who Layla is. There's
Facts.
multitudes of people who don't know Shields today, and she's a current reigning champion of today. But furthermore, I'm going to get into her popularity. Whenever she put on her first pay-per-view, she did it in America.
as the main event star. It sold nothing. She didn't even sell 5,000 pay-per-views. Katie Taylor was selling out in the UK. Whenever Shields did that 2 million views that she did, she had to go to the UK where Savannah Marshall was from to make it sell. Because the UK market, built off of Katie Taylor, was the one that bought that fight. So again,
could it be because the UK fans support women boxing more?
Probably.
Well,
Absolutely is.
hold on. If you're that big of a superstar and you can't move the needle in your own country, then obviously you're not that big of a superstar. You got to at least have your country backing you. If you don't have your own country backing you, you're not a superstar. But again, then when you talk about robberies, I agree all day. Katie Taylor, in my opinion, lost both the Serrano. She lost to Lennon R2. She lost to Bassoon. She got gifted wins like Canelo. However, Clarissa Shield lost a fight too that she got gifted against Hannah Gabriel.
She did not lose that fight against Hannah Gabriel. Hannah Gabriel's knocked her down, but she did not win that fight against Hannah. She did not lose that. No, she did not.
Oh my
goodness. She didn't, bro. You gotta go.
I'm not.
You gotta. She caught Clarissa coming in and knocked her down, and Clarissa proceeded to beat the brakes off of Hannah Gabriel.
No, she did not. The one knockdown was not the totality of the fight. It happened in the fight because Gabriel was out boxing her.
You're gonna have to watch that.
So we can go through people's resume. Every single fighter has a sus win.
And let me Tony review. Let me respond also to your. She moved down and beat people smaller than her. There's nobody for her to fight up. That's what she had to do in order to get fights.
But that's what I was saying. There wasn't nobody around her weight class.
Isn't that a disadvantage for her too to come down?
So let me get this. I'm just trying to understand 2 cents. So there was no champions at 168 when she went pro.
Of course there were.
It probably was, but
the idea. My point is the idea that there was nobody to fight when there was fucking 3 other damn champions at 168 that she could have fought that she didn't fight. You can't say there was none when there were champions at heavyweight. Huh?
Who were they?
Who the fuck?
It don't matter. They had belts though.
Who the fuck? Why would she fight? You just making a point, you know what I'm saying? She get the belt. You want her to fight nobody.
Down and wait to
fight. The point is the only reason why you know the people she fought was because of Shields' name. Had Shields fought the other 168-pound champions at the time, you would have known their names too. But she didn't go up. She went down. She didn't go to heavyweight. The girl that she just fought at heavyweight, she was bigger than. She was taller than her.
That girl was trash. She was trash. She had no business in the ring.
Facts. She was trash.
No bit. That was a bullshit ass fight.
Serrano's so great, but she had 2 close fight with a mid ass fight at Katie Taylor. Explain that to me.
How Katie Taylor a mid? Come on, bro.
She is mid. You just headhunt.
What a head. That Serrano is greater than Shields. Shields is a very skilled fighter, but what I'm saying is I respect a fighter moving.
Ricardo was making that argument.
No. What I'm telling you is I respect fighters moving up in weight more than I do them moving down in weight and beating up on little people.
Facts.
So let me ask you a question: Are you a Spence fan?
No, not really. I mean, he's a good fighter, but
who had a better resume, him or Crawford?
Find out the sport, bro.
Crawford has a better resume. Crawford has
a better resume. At least you keeping it consistent.
How does Crawford have a better resume?
Wait, it depends on what weight class we talking about.
Because he said he respects the fighters that move up more than the ones that just stay in one division, or they got to come down fight the smaller guys. So I just want to see if he's gonna keep it consistent. So I respect that.
He's a shot jock, bro. He's a shot jock.
But again, they're all good fighters. My whole point is they're all good fighters in their own right. Shields is a very good fighter. Serrano is a very good fighter. Taylor, I've seen too many gifted decisions. Like I said, she gets the Canelo treatment. She's all right. She's an all right fighter. But in my opinion, Katie Taylor is the one that blew up women's boxing for this era.
Won't argue.
And that's my long-winded rant. I will be quiet now.
Katie
Hey,
tell.
but what's good? What's good about all of this? Hey, listen, this whole thing is good for women's boxing. I'm talking about Cameron's show is not even a boxing platform, but for them to make something like that, I'm not saying what he was saying was good, but the thing is, because of that platform, there are going to be new eyes on Clarissa Shields, and there'll probably be new eyes on Serrano and Katie Taylor that wasn't on them before because a platform, because that's what our sport need. Like, we are fans of a sport that's really like has become a niche. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a big sport to begin with. So like football, basketball, soccer, you know. So we need these types of conversations. All publicity is good
Good
publicity.
publicity.
And
Hey,
I'm
can I,
the thing is, it's unfortunate that yeah, African American, you feel like, they downgrading each other. But in this instance, honestly, like this sport needs more exposure than just like hardcore boxing fans. All of y'all are coming out with great points because y'all are hardcore boxing fans. Like if you don't know something about what's going on, you're gonna look it up and you're gonna find out the answer because that's the way y'all able to ramble off all of these accomplishments. But y'all are hardcore fans. But what this sport needs is more eyes that are not hardcore fans, and that's what just happened. You know what I'm saying? So really, all of this is good publicity, and it's good that we talking about it, and it's good that other people who aren't hardcore boxing fans are gonna start watching and talking about these things.
Hey, I just want to say this. In my opinion, none of the names mentioned is the greatest female fighter. It would be Lucia Riker, in my opinion. The greatest female I've ever seen fight is Lucia Riker. She was a champion kickboxer, had a very short boxing career, went undefeated, but she didn't really do anything in boxing because she was old by the time she came. She was so good at kickboxing, they let her fight a man.
So what
It
the
didn't
fuck
turn
is the
out well
point then,
for her.
nigga? We're talking about boxing.
But she
Yeah, I was
was
about to say, who the hell is that, bro?
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Real 6SB. We don't care about Shorty opinion respectfully. I don't care if she the host. I don't know what that mean,
Get him out of
real
here.
six.
You know what it mean, but somebody need to handle
Hey,
that. Somebody need to
Wrench,
handle it.
wrench
Get
yeah,
that
him
out.
bro,
out of
kill
here.
yourself. Kill yourself, bro.
Tripping.
Do that.
It ain't that serious. But
But
listen,
yeah,
man,
Lucia Riker was a boxer. She
this
boxed.
is like a
Just look her up.
function of
Yeah,
how
yeah, I
black
smoked
people.
Link
them. Get
pin
out
to
of
the
here.
top of the chat. Link
Look,
to the
this my
top.
whole thing
It's a
though, y'all.
crab fest, bro.
I respect
It's
all
a
of
bucket of
Clarissa
crabs.
Shield. I respect people accolades and stuff like that, but I'm just not going to be quick to say that they're the best. They're better. You got to prove it. You got some other fighters out there who a lot of people think they the best too. So y'all got to meet up and get it
So
in
what else?
and
What
see
else
who's
she need to
best.
do to
Well,
prove
you
it?
don't think she
What else she
proved
need to
it?
do to
She
prove it?
need
I
to
mean,
fight the people.
goddamn, what else she need to
It's
do?
people calling her out, telling them. It's people calling her out, telling her to meet them at
Hey,
147.
real six. Click the link, bro. I'm about to get off of here, but if you got something to get off your chest, go and click the link and come on up here.
He can meet them at 147, and they can see what's up.
She is too big for
That's
that, bro. Like,
nonsense.
why do you want
That's
me to
nonsense.
fight? That don't make no sense.
She said
Why
she can
do
make it. She said it.
she also
She,
said she can't? She said that's too small.
Look, that's dumb.
I wouldn't want
she
her.
said
I
she
wouldn't
can't
want her
make
to
it to
cut all that weight.
140. She said she could make it to 147.
She would die on the scale at 147. She's way too big. That's not even reasonable.
Oh
For
well,
real.
I don't know. I guess
I don't
she
think
the
so.
woke up there
She
then.
barely made it
Bro, have you ever seen her
that
dump
weight
truck?
that she.
There ain't no way she getting to 147.
It's not her fault. She a big woman. Like, what y'all want her to do? These little small women want to call her out, want her to come all the way down and do all that. No. Why would I do that? I don't understand this. Let's take the great fighters and put them at a disadvantage, whether they too small for the weight they fighting at, or whether they too big for the weight that they fighting at, and for them to prove their greatness after they've already accomplished all these other great things.
I was just going by what she said. She said she'll go to 147.
Dog,
Yeah,
listen.
but do we want that though?
She's been Olympic champion, gold medal Olympic champion 2 times. She's been undisputed a bunch of times, and you guys are still talking about she should do this and she should do that. It's like, dog, you guys don't really give a fuck. You're just talking shit. Like
Hold on.
let's stop trolling, bro.
Let's address
That's
this.
like
2 cents. Crucial content say 2 cents. We was on Boxing Outlet every day talking about snack. Clarissa with him. Yes, Clarissa is with them snack people. She with them snack people, and she did get a knock on her last fight. Now,
Why y'all keep talking dirty about Snack, bro?
no, he just bringing it up. That's just our little inside thing we got going on. But look, it's 7:12. I'm a little over. We gonna run around the panel real quick. We gonna let everybody get their final 2 cents off. Thank everybody for joining me today. Listen, as we go throughout the week and I post videos, make sure y'all stop by and watch my videos. Make sure you let me know and drop it below in the comments about how you feel. Pretty soon they'll be running a couple ads on my videos. Make sure y'all just watch the ads to help support the channel. Be sure to leave super thanks. You can always hit the Cash App that's scrolling down the bottom of the screen, and you can always come by my lives Friday from 6:30 until, and Sundays from 5 to 7 p.m. Hop on the panel, let me know your 2 cents, or let me know in the chat how you feeling about the topics that we talking about. Let's start with you, Slap Happy Daddy Gorilla. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey, I appreciate all y'all, man. Salute, 2 Cent. Appreciate your platform. Hey, let's see the best fight the best.
Shout out, shout out, shout out. Thank you for coming up today. Fly Frequency, what you got?
Well, I just wanted to talk about this. I think that it's like a double standard, with certain fighters and everything. With Tevin Farmer, I didn't get a chance to talk about that because, I came up, y'all was past it already. But Tevin Farmer was talking about not getting tested, and he said he asked about the testing before the fight, and they told him that it would happen, and then after the fight, they said that they was understaffed and all of that, and then it just gets swept under the rug. If it was the other way around, and it was a payday and everything, we wouldn't hear the end of it. They'd be cooking, Tevin Farmer, they'd be killing him. I just think that it's crazy that people don't speak up and talk about that double standard that we got. Ain't nobody really talking about the fact that it wasn't no testing. Now he got it. Now he's saying he's injured or something like that. So now even if they go back and test him now, he's injured. He's taking medicine. He can put anything in his body now. So It's just crazy. But that's all I got. Salute to everybody on the panel.
Coming up today.
Thanks for
Shout
having
out
me.
to Boxing Hacker for the $5 in the super chat. He says they know Layla because she's Ali's daughter, not because of her fighting. Layla was knocking out soccer moms. Name a woman that can beat Shields. Shout out to Boxing Hacker for the $5 in the super chat. Appreciate you for supporting the channel, Boxing Hacker. Shout out to you. Who else we got? Tony Reviews. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Layla would have beat all these females, including Shield. She would have sparked it. Everybody talk about Ann Wolf was the most ferocious, the female Mike Tyson. However, the woman that knocked out Ann Wolf, Valerie, Layla Ali knocked her out, slept her. So again, I think Layla by far is the best female fighter, and also she's the best looking female fighter. In fact, she's one of the best looking women out there. What's up, Layla? How you doing? Anyways, I digress. As far as Shakur Stevenson goes, look, Zepeda's too slow. I've always said it. I've been saying it now for over a year. That dude walks like he's in mud. It's easy pickings. He'll never touch Shakur. He'll be breathing heavy by the 8th round, and Shakur will just pick him apart. It'll be a boring fight, but it'll be an easy fight. And that's my 2 cents.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you for coming up. Even though Clarissa Shields was spark Layla Ali,
Have a good night.
definitely disagree. But thank you for coming up on the panel. I'll be live again Friday, 6:30 p.m. Terrence Best Video, shout out to you. What you got for the chat? What's your final 2 cents?
Hey, what up, 2 cents? Hopefully, 2 cents, you got to start kicking trolls like that out that made that statement. It's your channel. Don't let them disrespect you on your own channel. Get rid of those people. But I would say this with regards to Shields. My only problem with Shields is I think sometimes she goes overboard. Yes, she's a great fighter. I'll give it to her. but I thought it was extremely disrespectful for to call out Keith Thurman. I mean, come on now, that's just not fair. You to call out a guy that's won a title in a men's division. He's not fighting in the women's division. And if she really wants to fight him, why don't she just go to his gym and spar him? Don't call that man out like that. I just thought that was kind of disrespectful. Other than that, I mean, as far as her, they're requiring her to go down and fight all these people. I agree with you, 2 Cent. She just can't do it. I mean, if they want the fight, they got to come up. That's how it normally is, right? If you're
Right.
in the lower weights, you got to come up to fight the person in the higher weight. So I agree with you there. But other than that, that's all I got. I know you let you get on with your business. I
All
catch
right.
you next
Thanks,
show, two
Chance.
cents. All
Appreciate it.
right, take it
Appreciate it.
easy.
Thank you for hopping on the
You're welcome.
panel. The
You're
other
welcome.
two people, I can't see y'all names. Who is that? All right, Supreme Cam, what you got for the show? What's your final
Yeah.
2 cents?
Uh, like we heard from Terrence, like I was saying, it was never really about this situation with Clarissa Shields. It was really basically about the past situations where people kind of disagree with what kind of came out of her mouth for everything. But I believe she the GOAT, and I believe she was right in this situation. So big ups to Clarissa Shields. As far as Shakur Stevenson, we're not really saying that he shouldn't have signed with Eddie Hearn. The whole thing is though. Uh, if you was gonna be trying to get your numbers up or whatever, you should have had things stamped, signed in paper. So you should have had everything set in place so that these two fights that you were gonna get before Tank would be big or at least make you look pretty good. So that's our only, what I'm saying, stance on this situation. So it'll be pretty interesting to see who he fights coming up next. Hopefully he can get somebody where at least he can spark them and get somebody up out of there, and hopefully the hand unhealed because I am waiting on that Tank Davis fight. So hopefully we'll see that soon. Hopefully they can get that done, and everybody that's thinking that Tank should just drop Roach. That's not what you should do. Like if you done made business with somebody, and no matter if the fight gets pushed back, you just don't drop a man like that. Especially when you done made plans with him back in the past and told him you was gonna give him that fight. When the fight do finally comes to fruition, and he is the third option, you don't just drop him off like that. So that's all I got for you today. That's my 2 cents.
Appreciate it. Thank you for coming up. Thank you for coming up. VA Money Group, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show? What's your final 2 cents for the show?
I don't have much. I just want to say that for all the guys that are on the panel, all the guys that's in the chat, listen, if you're African American uh, and you don't support African American fighters, go find another sport. Go back to basketball, which is probably where you came from, or football, or wherever the fuck. Go find another sport because this sport is about people backing their own. Period. That's all it's about. This is a sport about tribalism, right? You're not gonna find uh, unbiased idiots sitting in the stands of an NFL game. You're gonna see a bunch of jerseys, one or the other. Pick one. That's how that works. You know what I mean? So like, go find another sport. If you're Japanese, you're going to support Monster. If if you're Mexican, you're going to support their guys like you're seeing. If you're Mexican American, you're going to support the Chicanos. That's how it works. It's tribal. You know what I mean? The lack of support that you guys show these fighters, the criticism and stuff like that, that comes from a lack of self respect. Period. That's all that is, and that's all I got.
All right. Shout out VA Money Group. Thank you for coming on the panel. Let's say lack of self-respect. Okay. NHA2, what you got for the show?
Salute once again. Great show, great panel. So for the Clarissa Seal situation, I ain't got no problem with what she said. First Amendment, freedom of speech, but at the same time, that freedom of speech is not going to protect you from criticism, which comes with it, especially when you're dealing with these some of these content creators. You got no problem blasting your shit. I'm saying, private messages, for everybody to see. But if as far as like skill wise and accomplishments and the whole package, man, it's like she's number one by far. The second, you could put few other names, but they show down below. It's not even worth a conversation. But I digress on that. And as far as the Shakur situation, it's he's in a situation where that man can't win for losing. Like there's so much stipulations to put on him to get this Tank fight. Oh, he got to do this. He got to build this. He got to build his brand. But I'm trying to wrap my head like, what the fuck did Rolly, Pitbull Cruz, motherfucking the other Garcia that's not Ryan, and now Roach, like, what stock do they build to get that Tank fight? I mean, and this is the frustrating part. We could say, yeah, they're on.
First thing is they
I'll
on
make
the
the
same
argument.
side of the street.
Here we go. They're
Uh,
saying something. Then why
I
reach
mean,
out
I'm
to
just saying
Loma,
you
who's on the other
said that they
side?
do
But
because Bob was
that's
bringing
not a
up
good
too.
argument. But two
But
cents, that's not a good argument because
I'm
they don't
gonna
have a
make a
stock.
note. I'm gonna make a note, and we can pick this up next time. But go ahead, go ahead, and finish.
It just frustrated him because as a fight fan, I fucks with Tank. You know what? I got Tank beaten all of them and shit. It's a close fight. It's gonna be a close fight between you, but I got Tank beaten. But it's frustrating when we don't get these fights, and then we got the fans that's supposed to be want to see these fights, telling us, "Well, he got to do this. Shakur need to do this, or this person need to do that to get that fight." Like, come on, man. That's we're never gonna get the fights. We're gonna stay in that this marinating stage of boxing, you know what I'm saying, moving forward because the fans are become accustomed to promote for to root for a certain promotional company in certain fighters. It's becoming more and more an entertainment than actually a sport where we just rooting for our guy or our promotional company. And that's not gonna move the sport. But
I
that's my two
appreciate
cents.
you. All right, all right, all right. Thomas Hill, what you got for the show? Close us out.
All right, for sure. First and foremost, moderators. If you have that blue badge, utilize it. If somebody come up in here and definitely be disrespectful to the host, clip their ass. Don't even ask no questions. Get them up out of here. They can go hit the clink. I mean,
Oh, you faded out, Thomas Hill. Thomas, where you go? All right, Big Supreme, close us out. What you got?
Yo, salute 2 cents. I agree with a lot of the stuff you said about Clarissa. Um, I still think Serrano's in the conversation. I think the difference is Clarissa got the amateur career. That's pretty much it. But when it comes to professional boxing, I feel like she's done just as much as Clarissa or more. Only thing that Clarissa got over is the undisputed, really. Because like I said, like she moved up 7 weight classes, 9 major world titles, first WBO Superwoman champion, Woman of the Year twice. She went to MMA first 3 minute rounds, 12 round fight. So like she's up there. And like my man was saying, Tony's reviews, that she got robbed twice against Katie. So she would have been undisputed 3 times as well.
Right.
In regards to like Shakur and Tank, I was saying this last night. Like I don't know if we ever gonna get these fights the way boxing is going, you know. And I felt like with Shakur signing the match room and Zepeda pulling out the fight, I'm interested in seeing who he's gonna fight next. But that's really all I got, really.
All
And
right,
salute to
all right, all
everybody.
right. Shout out to my co-host, Big Supreme. Thank you, Big Supreme, for coming up. I appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, we will be back Friday. Listen, my moderators, we do want to clip people that come in the chat tripping. However, I don't want to get too out of hand with that. I don't want somebody to come in here and say something and then they disagree and then you get them out the chat. So just kind of, if somebody in here tripping, point them out to me and I'll let y'all know, hey, get him the out of here, right? Sometimes they might just want to come on the panel and get cooked. But thanks everybody for joining me today. I appreciate it. We went a little over today, but it's all good. If you want to enjoy a longer show, meet me Fridays if you can at 6:30. We be on here 4 hours, 5 hours, just until we run out of stuff to talk about. We have a good time on the Friday show. Shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to Real W. Shout out Big Supreme. Shout out Ariana. Shout out Slap Happy Gorilla, Makai Peterson, Agbeezy, Cash Crypto, All Things, Boxing Hacker, Big Dog Willie, VA Money Group, Mool, Cal Cooley, Big Dre, Ray Davis, Jay Boxing, Facts Over Feelings Podcast. Shout out to everybody that supported in the super chat. Big Dog Willie, Big Supreme, Big Dog Willie again, Slap Happy Gorilla, Daddy P, Boxing Hacker, and Boxing Hacker again. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. All support is greatly appreciated. Listen, like I said, I don't know. Everybody's entitled to their own 2 cents over here, but I told y'all 2 months ago that I did not believe that Shakur Stevenson's a pay to fight was going to happen, and it's not happening. I feel like Clarissa Shields is just trying to not let anybody diminish her legacy, whether they are or they're not. She obviously feels that way, so she feels the need to defend herself. But I want to thank everybody for joining me. Go back and check my latest video that I just put up about Clarissa Shields and my 2 cents about it. I'm Jay, and stay tuned for my 2 cents. Yo.